May 11th.
May 11th. Hi, everybody. It's
Jasmine
Tuesday.
wasn't sure what the month was because we don't know things like that around here.
Well, I thought I'd ask before so I wouldn't sound like super.
Dude, I hear
out
you.
Of it.
Sometimes I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's May the 11th then, because it's a Tuesday. Because we're in Twitch.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
Happy to have you visit with us on this. It's a nice. It's a little bit overcast today, but it's pretty nice in Florida.
It is, yeah. It's warm out.
Nice and
Super
warm.
warm out. 90-something degrees.
And yeah, having a good day so far.
Yeah.
Got my kombucha this week.
Yes, we have kombucha again. Thanks.
They had a BOGO. For those of you who aren't for those of you who aren't grocery savvy, or I guess that's all sorts of stores, right? That means buy one get one. Yeah,
they were doing a book drive over at the school. And
yeah.
It said buy one get one. How does that work?
I don't know.
Because isn't it a drive when you bring the things to give away?
I think so.
Like when there's
schools are a mystery to me.
Drive. I don't know. I don't even drive. But yeah, BOGO. Buy one get one.
Buy one get one. It also sounds like a good name for a dog.
BOGO?
BOGO. I like Bojo.
But yeah, it's true.
Your sister used to have a kitty named Bojo. We loved him a lot.
Named Bojo. I miss Bojo. He lived a very long, happy life, but I miss him. Oh, he was bitey. He wasn't mean like Gamera, but he was very bitey.
Oh yeah, he bit up your hand once before we went to Disney World, was it?
Yeah, it was back when we lived in Kansas City before we moved to Florida, and yeah, he bit the hell out of my hand, and it was right before
it got puffy.
Leaving. Yeah, and it's like my hand got so big, my fingers were all touching.
And
probably infected.
But we went to Disney World anyway.
Gosh, that was when our power had been out for quite a while.
That was horrible. That was an ice storm.
Winter. Oh, it was the ice storm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was really, really bad.
Yeah, we don't have those here in Florida.
Wait, did I hear you guys lived in King City? Kansas City. Bad ignore. I don't know what King City is.
Kansas City. Kansas City.
And that was years ago. Kansas City. Like where the Royals are from.
Yeah. We're both from
King City. Where's King City?
King City?
King.
Arizona? No, that's Kansas.
I think it's because I'm from Kansas City and we say it really fast. Kansas City. Kansas City. It's like
Kansas, but
City.
It's in Missouri, except for the parts of it that are in Kansas. It's only worth knowing if you live there.
We are doing great.
We are doing great. I slept good last night.
King City is a small town in California.
Oh, okay.
Okay. California has so many cities. It's difficult to keep up with it. Even within the LA area, I keep seeing, like, look at a map and I keep seeing all these cities that I didn't know.
You've never heard of, yeah, and you're like, oh, it's in the Los Angeles area and it's got over 100,000 people. Okay, I should have.
It's like Hawaiian Gardens. What's that?
Well, Hawaiian Gardens is
sounds
tiny.
like an arboretum.
That one's small. It only has like 14,000 people in it.
Something like that. So,
pretty neat.
Raffles are very similar to last week. 2 voodoo and green pins for the first 2 hours, and then the last hour we have a tink, and I'll bring that over to you, Jasmine.
Yeah, it's a different Tinkerbell than the ones we've had the previous week. And here's voodoo and green. This is of course a pin that we've only been doing as prizes, giveaways, and mystery pin bags. So this is pretty much the only way you can get one is by getting it as a surprise.
Hey, Jasmine.
Here's Tink.
If people want to do that mystery, buy a mystery pin bag, how will they find out when they're going to be available?
Usually what I do is I tell people on Patreon first.
Patreon, okay.
Mm-hmm. Because
somebody emailed me.
Oh, okay.
That was the answer I gave them.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we will do the mystery pin bags this week, is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They will be sometime this week. When I know specifically what day, I'll put that up on Patreon. Usually I tell the folks up at Patreon first and give everybody a chance to go and go. Because it's one of those things, we put them on the website and people get them very quick. Sometimes the website... What's that? I should keep Tinkerbell.
Yeah, I think you have before.
Yeah, I don't want her... Again, I don't want the kitty cats together. But this is Tinkerbell. This one is the title on this one was All Eyes This Way or All Eyes on Me. I forget. One or the other.
I will.
But she's, as you can tell, she's different than the Tinkerbells we had the previous 2 weeks. There are 6 different Tinkerbells total, and I think we had one of each. So this week,
eyes this way.
all eyes this way, please. Oh,
she actually has manners there.
Yeah, but she's probably my favorite one. She's cutie. I like the pose on her a lot.
If I would have named it, I would call it Party Over Here.
No. And then, that's why you don't get to name them. Actually, the Disney people named these ones. I didn't even name them. But you can see she's got the little carving of my signature on there. And then I'll sign her also.
We promise the carving did not hurt Tink.
No, Tinkerbells were harmed.
She's fine there.
She's fine. But she will be new in her box. It has not been opened since 2005 when these came out. She was part of the first project I did with Disney for Disney Fairies. I did the concept art for those. If you remember, Disney Fairies was a little brand they had apparently about 15 years ago, and it was one of the first projects I got to do with them. And you can't find these now. They were like a limited edition that was only around with the Bradford Exchange and the Hamilton collection. So if you find one now, you are very lucky, or you're willing to sell your old one and somebody got it. And these are my only ones I have.
Jasmine,
somebody will win one.
Dr. Simba wants to know what is the greatest amount of light sources you've used in a painting in the past?
Ooh, that would be hard to say, because sometimes there will be elements in my paintings where I have all, like, let's say I've got a few that show all of the moon phases, and I'll treat each one of the moons as if it were its own light source. Or with something like Releasing Fireflies or my Tiana paintings or something that has a lot of small light sources, I treat each one of those as an individual light source too. So that 28 maybe?
28?
Well, that's thinking of each little glowy thing in it as being its own light source.
28
roughly. There might have been some earlier ones I did that maybe had like rainbow sparkles, and I tried to make a little glow around each one, but I didn't treat those as a direct light source probably.
So that's why Jasmine doesn't have as many paintings as she should with stars in the sky.
Hey!
Because if she had 78,000 stars in the sky, she'd have 78,000
Well, there are some
sources.
I have that have like a starry background. I guess each one of those is sort of a light source. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just don't combine that light source?
Uh-huh. It depends.
I see how it could depend.
Okay, how about Angel Starlight?
I don't know, man.
There's stars in the background of that, and some of the stars are closer, and the ones that are closer are reflecting on her hair.
Very true.
That wouldn't happen in real life.
Jeanette says Releasing Fireflies is my all-time favorite.
Which one?
Releasing Fireflies.
That's a good one.
She is a beauty.
I love that one.
We all love that one.
Yeah,
very much
she's
so.
always a popular one, like at conventions and
we have these cute, if you guys are ever with us at the beginning of the broadcast, we have these, I'll pop it up here. We have these cute little starting soon things.
Oh, yeah.
Like so, and I think our first one, was our first one Releasing Fireflies?
I think it was. Yeah,
I think so. Like the first one when we started doing
Brandon
that.
made, and did the pretty thing graphic for it.
I think that those are pretty great. I may put some of those back in, when it's
in rotation.
in rotation, because I think that Brandon and I decided that made sense that time of year last year.
Yeah, like the one right now is it the Bumblebee one with the little flowers?
Oh, that's what we have currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one right there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those are the things you get to look at when I have to go to the bathroom or when I'm not set up yet.
Right.
It's like starting soon.
It was better than just looking at the empty chair.
Yeah, the empty chair's kind of sad. And then one of the cats will probably sit on it, take my space.
I'm saving all my raffle luck for that Tink, says Angelic Fire.
All right. Hey, good luck.
Well, I wish you luck.
Mm-hmm.
And Leela says, I think you guys know my favorite. It seems like they're favorites. Favorites. Favorite. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Clearly not. Now, this painting, of course, is one I've only been working on this one here at Twitch. bright candles burn fast, and it is close to being done. I'll probably work on it just for a little bit today and then get on to starting a new tiny treasure painting. Also, I've got all the, all these little friends came in. My little, at the easel pins.
Oh, super cool,
the new
guys.
Grayscale ones. So I need to sign all of them. There are hundreds of them, and I need to autograph each one on the little easel.
Right, and then we'll get
all by hand.
Mr. Slave Brandon on those. Package those up, and then Mr. Slave Matt will make all the labels, and we'll ship
Mr.
out
Slave Post Office will deliver them. Yeah. And that she, of course, will be being shipped along with Venus in Gold, who is our pin of the month.
Yes.
This one is just for the Patreon members. It's just a little special gift pin that we're including, and this is one that is not going to be for sale. It's only for the Patreon members. So if you are a Patreon pin collector during the month of May at any time, you will be receiving these pretty littles here.
Yeah, and they're special. That very similar to the last at the easels. These are
it's
black and white.
Yeah, it's a grayscale version of her. So it's a Steamboat Willie version of her. It's the black and white version as opposed to the original colored version that I did for. Is that Festival of the Arts?
Yeah, and this is your first grayscale one.
It is the first one I've done grayscale. I kind of wanted to see how it turned out. You got so many
suggestions.
And yeah, I want to do some more of them in the grayscale format. It's funny because it's really the same amount of colors, but all the colors are different, minute, different shades of Pantone grays.
I think it's very clever.
I think so too. I like it. It has an animation sort of feel.
It's
really
cool
good.
Because it's like, here's a classic one.
It's like this is back when things were
back when the internet was new.
Yeah.
Back then.
Back in the day. Well, a lot of the internet was black and white at the beginning when it was all bulletin boards and such. That old internet. I don't know. I miss the old internet, really.
Before I met Jasmine on the internet, she sent me a picture, and it took 9 hours to download, and it came out blue.
Yeah, I wasn't able to send you a good photo.
But I saw the real thing, and I was very, 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 very extra happy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I just showed up.
Neither one of us knew what the other looked like before we met each other.
Yeah, it's true.
Now that would seem suspicious if I was like, I don't have any photos I can send you, and you're like, I don't either. Nobody would believe you.
Leela has an idea for a pin.
What's that, Leela?
Alana holding the candle.
Oh, that would be a nice one. You know, I'm thinking of that one. If it were to be her holding it and it kind of cut off under the candle because she doesn't have any arms or legs in that one, that would actually translate pretty good. That's a good suggestion. That'd be a neat one to do that.
I think it would be
a glow in the dark effect on.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Fairy Bell says way back then, or white and green on my old computer.
Oh,
yes. Just go.
Yes.
If anybody wants to know what old computer stuff was like, go watch War Games from the 80s. That guy was that was way ahead of its time. He had a modem.
He was a hacker, kind of.
Yeah, he was.
I've never actually
Matthew
seen
Broderick, the hacker.
I have never seen War Games.
Nigel says hello to all the lovely people in the room.
Hey, Nigel. I guess I'm not technically in the chat room,
but you're lovely. You're the only one we can actually see, except in the
true.
slideshow. I'll take that back. We can see people in the slideshow.
People are in the slideshow. Yeah.
Some awesome people.
Yeah.
I'll be all slideshowy. Those pins are so beautiful and so unique. I can't wait to get mine. I especially love that it will be signed.
Yeah. Well, otherwise, the only way people could really do that before was if they came out to one of the shows and I could pick it up and sign it.
I did see a Zombie Kitty, Laura. I was going to show it to Jasmine, but it's beautiful. Jasmine, do you remember when you for Laura's Zombie Kitty masterpiece, you didn't stretch it?
It was unstretched.
Right.
I remember that because I had to tape it onto a board. And she sent me a beautiful photo. She got it framed and matted. It's gorgeous. Oh, nice.
Yeah, actually,
that's what I figured. It was somebody getting something special framing done on it.
Yeah,
so we send it as a loose canvas.
I'll add that to the slideshow, Laura.
Oh, definitely do.
Yeah, and that's always an option, but you gotta tell me way ahead of time because sometimes sometimes I will stretch them.
Oh,
and I don't know. So tell me as soon as you know they don't want stretch. If that's what you want.
Yeah.
And I'll ship it to you in a tube.
Yeah.
Or flat, depending on the size of it.
That's true.
And I'll always put the black border on it because that's how I print them.
Yeah. Well, that way too, if somebody's matting it and they're worried about covering up the edges, or there's a little spot. A little bit more of the smaller details on the eyes. Last time I started to add color on them, now I'm doing a little bit more of the reflections. Maybe I can zoom in a bit on that.
And as soon as this painting's ready, I'll of course send the original to the person that bought it.
The original's been sold,
and maybe they're in the room, maybe they're not. And then those masterpieces, we will send those out as well, and etc.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
That's it's going to be a beautiful masterpiece. This one.
Well, I think about that. Since on the masterpiece editions I paint little details, sometimes when I'm doing the actual painting, I think about, oh, when I do the masterpiece, I'll put little sparkles on the grass here, or maybe I'll make her hair go a little bit different.
Okay, Laura, be sure to email me that info, Laura, so I can put that in my records.
What?
She wants her next one unstretched as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Twitch is good to tell me things sometimes, but I really don't have a proper record of it.
Oh yeah. Once you get into the order software and everything, it's
really all order questions should be emailed just so I can refer to it. It makes it better for me because it's like, where did I see that? I know somebody needed something done, and I'll go crazy trying to look through everything, and it ends up it was in the Twitch thing, and I'll never find it there. Fatal Fairy Kisses says, I have a picture somewhere of me and Jasmine at MegaCon. I'll have to find it and email it to you.
Please do.
Yeah, please do.
We will be at MegaCon again this year. And it's August, of course, here in Orlando. I suppose I should put that on the events page now. It looks like it probably will be happening, assuming they have MegaCon open. And it's going to be a busy autumn. We'll have MegaCon, then DragonCon, and then the Ren Fair in Kansas City. And then we're in the UK in October.
I've seen some friends on Facebook enjoying the Georgia Ren Fair.
Oh, yes! I'm so happy that's going good. And going at all. I'm just happy to see stuff open up.
Yeah, again. I think they're even serving alcohol.
Wow.
Like they would normally.
That's good.
I've heard good things about the Georgia Ren Fair, but I have never attended.
Been to it. I'd like to. I'd probably just go there for fun because I don't want to buy any more houses at Ren Fair, so it's hard enough to keep up.
Yeah, I wish I had a lot more time just to go visit these as a guy, as a patron,
as a regular guy.
Yeah,
me too. As opposed to making it work all the time.
Oh, Barf is rolling right now too.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I think? Yeah. Edit. It's at a new location, Joey. Is that what's going on?
Oh, is that? I heard they might have to move from the Mosey area. Okay.
Why don't I look this stuff up?
Well, because it was for the longest time at the Museum of Science and Industry. They own that yard next to it, and I remember for a while they kept saying, "Oh, it's the end of whatever lease is on that." I didn't know they're going to move.
Where is it at? You're in the UK. We are currently in Florida, Helen.
No, I said I'm going to be in the UK in October. She's probably asking about that.
Glastonbury.
It'll be Glastonbury.
It would be Glastonbury.
Is it third weekend of October?
I have it written down somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys.
Might have it up on the events page.
Lila probably knows the dates.
I will get that information, and I'll put it on my events page too. I haven't been adding things to my events page until they're confirmed, and I finally feel confident that events are going as planned more this year than last year. So I will be adding that on there. So as far as things we've scheduled, it will be, again, MegaCon is August. We'll probably have stuff before then too, I assume. But for sure, MegaCon is in August. Then and that's here in Orlando. DragonCon is Labor Day weekend in Atlanta. And then various appearances at the Kansas City Renaissance Festival. That goes through September and October. Then, endish of October, we will be in Glastonbury, in England, for the Fairy Festival there.
I'm hoping to go to MegaCon this year, says Fatal Fairy.
I should show you guys. Speaking of MegaCon, one of the other pins we had originally designed for MegaCon last year, before it was canceled, was Orange Mask, and she's actually going to be our June pin of the month.
June.
So for June, I was like, I'm going to make a different pin. Since this one, was for last year. I was just like, I'd rather do a brand new one for MegaCon this year, and we have all these orange beauties here. Why not use them for
Can you put her a little bit closer to the camera?
Sure. She is, of course, the orange of the citrus series. There was a lime green mask, and there was the lemon yellow mask, and now we have the orange mask. And she will be the June pin of the month. So all you pin collector people, you'll be getting her in June.
That'll bring a little bit of sunshine to you. And if you collect that pin, we can't 100% guarantee it, but almost you will not get scurvy.
Yes, just a little bit will go a long way. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Oh, Tinkerbell, okay, you stay there.
Good feedback about more shade at the Bay Area and a little less dust.
Good.
But we haven't gone yet. Planning on May 22nd.
How long does Bay Area Run Fest go
yeah,
through?
Joey, how long is that going through?
I'd like to go out there for fun. See my friends.
I suppose I could look it up.
It probably does say on the internet.
Maybe I should look it up. What's wrong with me? Not San Francisco, Google.
Well, that to be fair, that is probably a more famous Bay Area than what we have here.
The locals Bay Area would refer to Tampa Bay area.
Bay and surrounding area.
And when I say locals, I mean
Floridians.
Yes, Florida. Florida, a lifetimes of sunsets I've never know you well. Canada. Let's see, where's that website?
Well, I wonder if Mosey kicked them out, or
I have no idea. I don't know
wonder
the
if there's
politics
a story
of that one.
there, huh?
It goes through May 23rd.
Okay.
Rain or shine, thy queen welcomes you.
Okay.
All right.
They are
Thy queen.
They're the same company technically as the Kansas City Renaissance Festival.
Glastonbury Fairy Fair is 23rd and 24th of October.
Okay, so UK people, it would be the 23rd and 24th of October. We will be up in Glastonbury in Somerset.
It's a pre-Halloween celebration.
Yeah.
Only because it's before Halloween and a celebration.
Well, they
I don't know if it has anything to do with Halloween.
They roughly scheduled around Samhain. So it does kind of have to do with Halloween.
The
it's
origins.
Like the spring one they do is around Beltane, and then they do that one around Samhain.
Mosey moved downtown. It just moseyed downtown.
Oh,
moved
so
downtown
Mosey
to the site.
Okay.
It's going to USF.
Okay.
Last I checked.
Well, that makes sense. It's the Museum of Science and Industry. I guess probably belongs by the big college there.
Fatal Fairy says,
Not
from what I heard, I am in the fan page group for Bay Area Ren Fair.
Oh, okay.
The land was sold.
I wonder what they're going to put there.
They're going to put 2 Chick-fil-A's and a Hobby Lobby.
No. No.
It will be super fun to see you two and all the neat pin friends.
Yes. And we will definitely have a good pin for Glastonbury.
Tigger says the orange mask pin looks great.
Yay. Yeah, she turned out lovely. And I've had her for like a year because originally I wanted her at MegaCon last year, which is sort of why I went with oranges because, Florida. But I'm in Florida anyway, so it's always orange time here.
Orange.
And MegaCon is at the Orange County Convention Center, so yeah.
A lot of oranges here.
Yeah, I'll have to think about what I want to do for the MegaCon this year pins. I really need to think about that because I gotta start getting them produced in time.
Yes.
I usually like to do at least one that's Florida themed, kind of like how that's orange one. Or a pet alligator girl was one. I could do some sort
lime.
Of what's that, baby?
Lime mask.
Yeah, citrus themed ones.
Mm-hmm.
I've always done them.
Florida man.
Florida man.
The pin that will get you in trouble, most likely arrested.
Yeah.
Can anyone recommend a hotel in Glastonbury? Gosh, Helen, I would just say...
I would say go with one of the... just get a B&B around there. There are a lot of really nice little cottages and things. The It's hard to book. I really love the Covenstead B&B.
We need
to book. I know, I need to book something, so I shouldn't tell you my
the Covenstead is awful.
Don't stay at the Covenstead.
Do not stay at the Covenstead.
I really like that B&B.
They have ghosts.
It is haunted. All those places
are utterly
haunted. You know, there's a really nice place run by a friend of mine there that is called Jasmine Cottage. Not named for me, but because of the little flowers. And that's only like maybe 2 blocks from the venue too, easy walking. If you on top of the main pub there, if you don't mind a little noise, the Georgian Pilgrims, the second story above that is very nice, and they have some of their old rooms that still have like the old 4-poster beds, and it's been there for like 500 years.
The noise stops at 11, am I right?
The noise stops when the pub closes, and well, sometimes the noise just kind of moves out to the street in front, but it's not bad.
Oh, Fatal, I just say Bay Area Ren Fair because these people, if I keep saying bar while we're streaming, people may not know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But it is funny. I agree.
It's pretty funny.
It tickles the
Especially
sophomoric part of my brain.
It's really appropriate. What's that?
I said it tickles the sophomoric part of my brain.
Yeah.
There's a Travelodge and Premier Inn down the road for basics, but agree with Jasmine, the little B&B are lovely.
Yeah, I have stayed at the Travelodge.
It's very minimal.
It is cheap and cheerful.
Yes.
And it's a little bit further out, but it's by the big Morrison's grocery store, which is super convenient.
You've got a room, you've got a bed, you've got everything you need. You'll probably spend most of your time in the little Glastonbury town. It's not a long walk.
Yeah, you can any of those places really. The longest walk would be from the Premier or the Travelodge, because that's before you get to the historic district where they don't let you park and all that.
But yeah, definitely. You know, sometimes you just need a place to rest your head after a long night of dancing with the fairies.
Yes, they do, of course, have the fairy ball there.
And for those Brits who have not visited Glastonbury and always thought of going, it is a lovely time.
It is.
There is a lot to do.
It is fun to be there
hiking,
even not a festival.
Nature, fairies,
hiking, fairies, lots
good
of
food,
history stuff. Big, wonderful abbey that is just lovely grounds to walk around on.
It's a blast.
So many cute little shops, little stores.
Fatal Fairy says, I want to go to that so bad
galleries,
someday.
Good restaurants.
I don't know how many events we've been to in Glastonbury.
I don't know. Yeah. And then we've been there anyway, so
8 or so.
Yeah, we've been to I think 8 of the fairy festivals, at least 10.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, because some years we go to a couple of them.
There are apparently badgers.
Yes.
In that we still have not.
Yeah, they have
spotted.
All their burrows. They have dens. What do they call them? The little holes that badgers go in. Runs? Badger runs? I forget.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's an area at the Abbey. If you go walking in the woods behind it, it's even like a path, a little wooden path that goes through there past where the wetlands
I would recommend it if it's particularly your first time. You really have to go to the Abbey.
Yeah, and you can go to the tour.
It's fairy adjacent.
Right over everything.
Glastonbury is a very spiritual place, and the energy is so cool, says Leela.
It is. It is a nexus point, ley line-y sort of thing for quite a few religions. There's a lot of early Christian stuff there, of course, wonderful pagan stuff, any number of odd little churches and things.
Fatal Fairy says there's a very small fairy festival here in Florida that I went to one year that was cute. There are a couple,
Fatal.
There's
one that is at the Coral Castle.
Yeah, that one sounded kind of fun.
That's one I was going to be at that one year, and then it was canceled for some reason. Sailors Co. Ready to Fight says, where is that at? Sorry, I had to use the bathroom. Oh, in Glastonbury?
That is, is it Sailor Scott? Sailor Scott is ready to fight. You're a scary dude there. That is in Glastonbury, UK, England.
UK,
Somerset.
Very close, not far from Bath. Also, if you're visiting that part of England in general, you can if you have a car, you can stay in Bath and go to Glastonbury and then spend time in Bath. Also, it's marvelous.
And Jeanette says the tour to climb.
The tour is the
climb the
hill
tor.
right there. I always climb up the tor. You always see a lot of sheep there.
There is a beautiful place that I would recommend called the Chalicewell Gardens.
Chalicewell Gardens,
and that is a place. It's a place where you quietly reflect on your
reflection.
failed life.
No. You
quietly reflect on my failed life.
Okay, that we can all go there and reflect
yes,
on Matt's
you can
failures
reflect on Matt's failed
That's what
life
I always do
as you go there.
Yeah.
It's like, Jasmine, I'm feeling a little down. Let's go reflect on my failed life and drink some delicious irony water.
It has two
minerals.
Magical wells there, one of which is always open that you can go to, and you can drink the magic water from. Hey, actually. I need more too. This is almost empty, but hey,
Jasmine,
Glastonbury.
That's what happened last year.
Almost all of it. I don't know if you're really supposed to drink it after it's been in a bottle for a couple of years, but I'm not a medical professional.
No, I just pour it over my head. Take a bath.
Oh yeah, you know, if you have a weird growth on you, you just kind of rub it on there. It's magic water.
Gulfport Spring and Fairy Festival is what Fatal Fairy Kisses is
that the one in
to.
Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to look those up. So that's Fatal Fairy. The Glastonbury now, compared to cons or something, Fatal Fairy, it would be not a huge event, but it is a very good event.
It is, and it's a free event.
It's an insane amount of bang for your buck.
It is, and a lot of extremely.
It's kind of ridiculous. It's free.
There, Brian and Wendy Froud are going to be there, and always interesting good people. A lot of
the ball costs, doesn't it?
The fairy ball is a concert basically. They have great musicians that will come in, and then everybody dances, and there's drinks, and people dress up.
Some people go for
really
that
elaborately. A lot of people are mostly there for that. That happens in the evenings, and then during the day is when they have at the town hall. They open it up for all the vendors who are mostly artists, people who are artisans who make clothing and jewelry and sculptures, and authors who have written interesting books. And it's a small area, but they cram so much talent into it. It's the sort of thing they'd probably, if you had the same group of people in America, they'd have a 40,000 person convention hall. But in Glastonbury, everything's like all next to each other. It's pretty fun.
I got my palm
read. You
read.
Actually talk to the people for a while too. Yeah, you get your palm read. They'll do, there's people doing cute, get magic fairy hair tied in your hair and all sorts of cool things.
I got my palm read, and that was fun. There are psychic readings at fairy hair. There are so many artists there. There are, for those of you who, some people in the room, I turned on to the Fables.
Yes.
You'd see Fables there. They're almost always, there's so many times they're sold out.
Yeah.
Amy is a busy person.
Yeah.
But I found one that I really liked.
Yes.
But it wasn't quite me, so that's when I decided to do a custom. And we started with that, and then I have my custom Fable, and I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy with it. But so much, like, people that have done so much for the fantasy art community in general are there. It's
almost overwhelming.
It is kind of overwhelming in the fact that these people would,
and it's just in this little town in England, and
they'd be a huge thing in America.
Oh yeah, they'd be headlining like if they were at Dragon Con or something, and it's like, here you just kind of sit.
And you're just chilling out with Brian Froud. Always a happy smile on that guy's face.
He's one of those people that just looks cheerful and mischievous, just sitting there,
like his art.
Yeah, like his artwork.
Yeah.
I
But
think artists kind of paint themselves a lot.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good time to be goofy.
Yes.
You can be yourself there. It's
very
nice.
True. It is very
it's the place. I'd say
zone.
More than any other event we do, it's the place where I let my hair down.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Here. It's like, it's the sort of place we would go out to the pub afterwards instead of going back to my room to answer emails or something. Yeah.
But we have been to the ball a few times.
Yes.
Not every time, but we try. We're often very tired.
Yeah, often we've just flown in and we're like in the wrong time zone by a day and a half or something. But...
Alex says the hair is looking amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'm having fun with this now. I'm starting to put some highlights and lowlights in the hair. Not necessarily because of the reflections, but just to show some texture and detail in the hair. So it doesn't look so much like a Halloween wig, but looks like a fancy wig.
Rock on.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it's a blast there. But enough about Glastonbury.
Enough about Glastonbury. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We've
more
got shows before that.
Closer. We do.
We just have some amazing Brits here in the room.
Yeah.
Who miss us and we miss them.
And we miss them.
You all know who you are.
Yes.
Yeah, always a good time. I'm curious. I bet Glastonbury will seem very unchanged when I go there.
It has.
It'll probably seem like
Well, it's been there for 700 years.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing about that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of regime changes.
Oh, Helen says I'm coming. I've booked. Well, there we go.
Oh, hey! Where's she at?
I don't know.
One of the places.
She probably got Covenstead.
Did you take my Covenstead booking?
I hope you get haunted.
No, several of the places there are supposed to be haunted.
Well, it's Glastonbury.
Yeah, I know.
I haunt it.
You haunt the streets of Glastonbury.
Like there's this weird tan American blonde-headed man that comes here once or twice a year.
It's always
he haunts the streets.
Holidays. It's true.
He says bizarre things. He says things like sausage rolls.
Vegetarian sausage rolls.
Nigel says we love you and miss you too. Oh, you thought I was talking about you, Nigel. I'm just joking. It's just joking. Of course we miss you.
Yes, we sure do.
It'll be a reunion.
It will. Yeah. There's some people I didn't know if I was ever going to see again. I'm happy to be going back.
Man, I feel that way about lots of places.
Me too.
Oh, we're lucky enough to see Jasmine's mom.
Yeah.
Recently. That was cool.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to everybody. I guess it was not yesterday, day before yesterday.
In America.
In America, yeah. Y'all have
and,
Mothering Sunday there in the UK.
There was Smothering Day a few weeks ago that you have there in England. Both of you are so amazing. You helped me get through all the weird things happening in the world. Thank you. Aw, Jeanette.
Thank you.
Man, somebody's got to help me with that, though.
That's a good compliment. Well, yeah.
I think I'm trying to help myself.
Oh, there's that. Well, thank you.
What's the old adage? God helps those who help themselves.
Yeah.
I was like, well, then you're already done. It's like I help myself. God, well, can I help you? No, no, God, I've already helped myself. Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks for being there, buddy.
Go help somebody else now. Yeah.
Happy belated Meowmas Day, Jasmine. Oh, these cats.
Oh.
These cats have no respect for anything.
They don't, actually.
They say a female ogre was there when I go there, Leela.
There's some sort of pirate, goth pirate.
They said a gothret.
Ogre, a gothret.
A gothret walks these streets. Can't wait to see you and hubby. Oh, that's Vix Allen talking to Jeanette.
Oh, yes.
Not me and my husband.
Not you and your husband.
True.
Your husband doesn't like this sort of thing, does he? No.
My husband.
He's never at any of my events.
My husband just, he's really not in the picture much. Sometimes I think I don't even know my husband's name. I forgot what he looked like. It's like he's not even there. And you guys too, of course. Thank you, Vixen. Oh my.
MegaCon, you're spoiled with choice for booking accommodations because you're in Orlando, Florida, which has, I think, more hotel rooms than any other city in the world.
We have more.
It used to be Las Vegas, and we beat it.
We have more toilet rolls per capita
probably
than any other place that a mouse is worshipped at.
Probably.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to go with that.
Well, I was thinking about that temple that has all the rats in it in India, but then he said toilet roll.
But I said toilet roll.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, they do the water thing there as opposed to paper usually.
Leela says, I don't have a husband, but I think I do. Maybe Nigel's my husband. Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah, that'd explain a lot.
I just have to see this written down on paper. Leela says, people think I do. Well, you know. That's just that people think a lot of things. Doesn't mean they're right.
That's true. I'm kind of taking some of the reflections that are going in from her hair, and I'm almost making it as if her hair's turning into some of the fluffy bits of the wings. Here.
That's gorgeous.
That will help tie the two characters together.
That's like insane texture, Jasmine.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, this is the sort of thing I use the little script liner brushes for. The skinny little bits like this.
You know, I love when there's a bird, like a great blue heron, and he has those little tiny feathers, Jasmine.
Oh,
and they look like hairs.
Yes. Oh gosh. The egrets, the snowy egrets, are the best.
Oh
for
yeah.
That. I mean, you don't even know they have like this magic
when they do that
other
weird
wing
ruffle
that
thing.
Pops up. What's that?
When they do that ruffle, where's it come from?
It's like how peacocks have a tail almost, but it's like clear and white and almost crystalline.
It comes out of their chest though.
It does. It's like when you see you didn't know cockroach. Well, not like cockroach. Well, kind of like cockroaches. If you don't know they have those little wings, and all of a sudden, like boom, I've got wings too.
Always bringing it down a level.
Oh, cockroaches. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, these beautiful birds have
like
these.
You know what I love? No, it's like
a
cockroach.
They're just like cockroaches.
A little bit. Okay, how about a praying mantis?
You know, a lot of people don't know those cockroaches that fly, Jasmine.
Oh, the ones that we have here? Yeah. The cockroaches I see mostly in Florida are those ones that, at least, we don't get the ones that come live in your food, at least at our house, but they're the ones that live outside.
Oh, they'll sneak in now.
They will sneak in if it's raining or if I'm not watching the door. But cats will want them. But they fly, and I think that frightens people who are afraid of cockroaches because they don't know until they get to Florida that there are giant ones that can fly. And I think they're neat. If they're outside, I leave them alone, but I can't abide them coming inside.
They'll sometimes wait at the door.
I know, that's what I mean. Yeah. I watch the door, especially if it's been raining out a lot. I think they're like,
it's like they're a puppy and they're waiting to come in. I was like, hey, Mr. Cock, what do you just walk right in
come
here?
Inside, I will probably kill you, but if you're outside, I will let you be.
I'm just gonna start eating them.
Eating them?
I'm gonna. Next time there's a cockroach.
You ate Luna moths last time.
No, I think I'm an insectivore. I think it's okay. I think that
your level of vegetarian includes insects.
Insects, yes.
Okay,
from now on. No, that is a joke, guys.
No, Matt doesn't eat bugs.
I'm just afraid that people will show up to shows
don't bring them like
with
candy
bugs.
that has bugs in it.
Please don't bring me bugs. How are the raccoons this week? Adorable.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Little Andy and Ollie came by last night. I haven't seen them yet this morning. I think the little baby twins are getting a little bit bigger already since last week, and they are already starting to act more nocturnal like their big brothers do. If
they come today, I'll make another video.
Yeah.
I think we have. Do we have? Did Jimmy eat all his food?
Tom came and ate the rest of the food that Jimmy had.
Tom is a black kitty. That I think we've told the story of Tom before.
Yeah, he's been coming for years.
So Tom's been coming here a couple of years, and what did we find out about Tom?
We found out there are two of them. We saw them both at the same time. He's a little black kitty, little boy black kitty.
Yeah, there's some out there.
And we've been feeding them the feral cats that live out there. They've all been ear-tipped and everything. And then, Tom, I thought I knew him. And then one day I saw him and his identical twin next to each other after many years. It's one of the best tricks any animal has played on me. But he's a sweetie either way. And I started to notice, too, I was like, I bet that's why sometimes he seems more standoffish than usual, and sometimes he'll come up close to me, and, that was probably his twin. There's probably, 7 of them. That would be pretty funny.
That would be funny. But I will say that I think that these cats are... they are loved by this neighborhood.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that there's they're all ear tipped.
Yeah.
These cats are all fixed, so they're not going to create more.
Yeah, they've been scooped up and put back.
Which is nice. So
there's no more extra kittens being born.
But I think they roam these several blocks around here and just kind of get num-nums from people.
They do.
And they kind of have a sweet existence.
Yeah, they do. They've got it pretty good. And I always make my backyard a nice habitat for birds. And since I do feed the cats, I always make sure that kind of offsets the chance they're going to eat my birds. So
right. Now, cats will attack other animals for fun. But I personally, maybe Jasmine hasn't. She's wise not to tell me because I don't like hearing that. But I have not seen a kitty in the backyard go after the birdies. No,
I've never seen one successfully get one of the birds, which is amazing with that many birds and that many cats.
The only thing I've seen like that.
Try to get lizards.
Rio, before we got Rio, she ate a lizard, and I was like, that was but her eyes were sunken in from hunger.
She was starving, and that's why.
Yeah, she was a little.
But she was
nothing.
Yeah.
Now she is
glorious and
happy.
large. Yeah, poor Rio. Oh, she's a good girl.
Yeah.
She's the kitty. Tigrio is the one that you don't see on here as much because she is still, after all these years, very skittish. She's a scaredy cat still. She was very feral.
I've got a sleeping Gamma about 3 feet away from me.
Want to bring Gammy on?
I don't know. I'm not sure if people want to see the Gammy.
People want to look at Gamma?
The Gamma.
She's not as pretty as Rio, but she's nice.
Gamma. I'll fetch Gamma.
Get me Gamma.
Yeah.
I miss her.
You know, usually she wakes up when I call her name. I wonder if she's been sleepy.
Probably. She's a cat.
Oh, hi. You've been so nice on the last few times when you're on camera with your mom.
Yes. Come on, babies. Don't get her on the paint. Oh, it's my baby. Where's my baby? Oh, she was asleep. She being good? Cammy? Where's my baby? Yes, my little cross-eyed baby. She never knows what's going on, do you, Cammy? You don't know. You don't know what's going on. My little love. Yeah. She hasn't actually gotten me for a while, like hurt me.
No, she's been really sweet.
You've been, honey. Not so much nose biting anymore. Something buzzed on me, but it was my Fitbit. Okay, come on, you want to sit by me? Sometimes you like to sit by me.
Yeah, we love her.
Here. Okay.
She is a bad kitty, though.
Oh, yeah. She's a bitey kitty sometimes.
She's bad, but she's not bad on purpose.
She doesn't see well, and she gets scared.
She's a star.
Things are moving around. Yeah, here. She's starting to get.
Painting all day says that looks like my kitty. I call her silly girl. She is a.
Aw.
All kitties are silly.
They are.
Even the most serious ones. They'll be silly for being serious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a kombucha real quick. I don't think I need to break away.
No,
I'm just gonna be in the kitchen real quick. What flavor should I get, Jasmine? I already had the lavender mojito.
Oh, then get one of the blue rose ones. Those are good.
And I say mojito, but these are non-alcoholic.
No, it has mint and lime and stuff in it. Lavender, mint, and lime.
Blue rose. What flavors are that? Blueberry and elderberry.
I like elderberries. My parents grow elderberries and make all sorts of stuff out of them.
You know, I do think, though, I hope kombucha becomes more popular and less pricey.
Yeah, it is more expensive.
It's more pricey than it should be. I know how this stuff's made. But I was thinking if they had that, like, let's say they had that instead of, like getting a beer in a bar and you have to drive, that would be perfect for me.
Yeah.
Like if I had to drive.
Well, they make some kombuchas that are hard kombuchas too that have varying degrees of alcohol. They make some that are like 2% or 3%, which is kind of like having a Radler or like a Shandy.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I can taste both the blueberry and elderberry.
Yeah.
I love berries, even though I guess neither one of those is technically a berry, are they? I don't know how that works.
Blueberries are berries, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, blueberries are berries. Eggplants are berries.
See, screw that.
Grapes are berries.
I know that.
Tomatoes are berries. Strawberries aren't. Raspberries aren't. A lot of the things we call berries are not berries.
Muriel says, I started a butterfly garden and released my first monarch butterfly today. Oh, that's nice. Amazing.
That's very nice.
Caterpillars are nicknamed cats, apparently. Okay. Took me a while to figure out, though, they weren't talking about actual cats.
Oh, my gosh.
So people would say cats. Gotcha. You know, it's funny when you come into a hobby or something and there's a whole list of funny terminology.
Jargon you've got to learn.
Yeah. Jeanette says, I used to grow gooseberries.
Gooseberries. Oh. Yeah, I like gooseberries.
Yeah.
I like them. I like them when they're green, too. I don't think
I just like them.
We'd take green ones and we would make pies and jam and thing out of them before they were ripe. Usually the birds would get them all once they started getting ripe. I like mulberries. Oh,
mulberries were my heart when I was a child. There were many mulberry trees that grew around.
Same.
And we'd climb up
best time of year.
I remember climbing up trees and scooting myself further and further out to the branches, and then would bow down. Either, I guess both works. And then the other children would snatch them up, and we would just be covered. Our hands would be dyed,
stained
with mulberries. And I know that mulberries are hard to keep. They don't keep well.
Yeah, they're not very shelf stable. You never see them at a store unless they're dry.
And so we would just gobble them. We would just gobble them, and then we would leave the green ones because you got to get them later.
Yes.
The green ones are hard.
Yeah, you don't want to eat them when they're green, not those ones.
But if you have not had mulberries, please do. Very good. Similar to I'd say similar to a blackberry.
Mm-hmm. They're like a big blackberry. They taste better than blackberries.
But mulberries are fantastic, and I don't know exactly where they grow. I just know around my childhood house.
I showed you on where I jog how in the woods there's mulberry trees.
Yeah, it's just not. It seems to be very, very plentiful in the Midwest.
Yeah,
like everywhere.
It's true.
Elhurt says I have a mulberry tree in my yard.
It's nice. They're nice trees too.
Oh, they're pretty.
And the wood is good from them. People use the wood for all sorts of stuff.
Glenda says, hey, back at you.
Well, mulberry trees there used to be a death penalty way back when to remove mulberry trees from China because that is what the silkworms eat. And they were trying to keep their monopoly on silk.
Oh.
And you couldn't, and it was always a secret, like during the silk route and everything like that. What silkworms ate, nobody knew how to make silk.
Oh my!
So they kept it
amazing.
as a secret in Asia for thousands of years, which is interesting that you could control it that much. But now it's like, hey, you could Google it and see what silkworms eat. But they eat mulberries, so they definitely live in China.
Okay, Helen, you can't put links in the room. Just ignore the warning. You're not in trouble or anything. I promise. Helen.
Yeah, we have to set up.
Helen basically said, "I've just checked the Covenstead on this website for you, and it's sold out." Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
Okay.
And the permission thing doesn't work, so ignore that message. I apologize, Helen.
Well, for future reference, the Covenstead is a wonderful B&B in Glastonbury. They have a nice little library of books in the front, and you can find some of my oracle cards there too.
I could always buy a tent.
Good.
4 minutes to raffle.
Okay, and this is for the Voodoo and Green pin. So if you haven't entered the raffle yet, just type !raffle.
For a very, very lucky person.
Yeah, and we have another one of these that we'll be giving away the second hour, and then the last hour we have the Tinkerbell.
Yeah, no, I will put a handful or two in the mystery pin packs coming up.
Mystery pin packs will come up sometime this week.
I'm thinking Thursday. I need time to do it though. I'm thinking Thursday or maybe Friday even.
Okay.
I don't know.
when we know for sure, and we know around what time, we'll tell the people on Patreon.
It depends how much work how far ahead I'm able to get tomorrow, and I will let Jasmine know. Then she will let you guys know.
Yeah. And after the Patreon people have had a little while, we'll tell everybody else in case there's more left. If there is more, otherwise, we'll just let you guys know.
I will say that there's never been any left before.
Okay. Well, if there is, then we will let you know. And we will be sprinkling in some of the voodoo and green pins in those.
Yes.
And it is random, as Matt says, completely random. They're all blind, all the little bags he puts together, so we never know whose name it is, which ones are going. Somebody gets 5 cool ones, somebody gets 5 they already have. That's just how it works. That's what random means.
Oh, Glenda says, I love the green mist look.
Oh, thank you. I'm liking this too. I'll probably just finish up a little bit on the lighting of this and maybe work on a tiny treasure after this. Or I might sign some of those. I need to sign some pins, so I might spend a little bit of time on this broadcast doing that as well.
Oh, we can chat while you're doing
of course.
People can wonder if that's the one they're getting.
That's true. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, if there are Patreon people that might be yours. Who knows?
Well, yeah, it will be one of them.
One of them will have to be.
Because only Patreon people will get them.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I don't know if I'd be able to offer something autographed where I have to sign each one if it wasn't a small group. Not small, but a limited number of people.
No kidding.
So I can't sign things all day. Gotta paint pictures.
I know that when the Deadly Sins pin set comes out, they will go really quick, says Leela.
Probably so. We're gonna do that one in 2 batches of 4. There are 7 Deadly Sins, but I'm going to include my painting of the Devil, the one I did for the tarot card deck, because she kind of matches all this. She's built, has a circle, and the design elements are similar, and it kind of makes sense. If you have the Sins and there's the Devil, and then there are 2 groups of 4 instead of a confusing group of 3 and a group of 4. That would be weird.
Oh, that's my little message.
Magic.
So, we will go ahead and hop in there. Jasmine, have you ever done a commission for a painting that you didn't want to do?
Oh, all the time, yeah. When I was starting out, when I was younger especially, I'd take any project that came my way.
You gotta make money.
It'd be boring. It would be like a logo for an automotive business or something. I mean, something that has nothing to do with how to paint. A bunch of just straight up boring portraits of people that they're like, no, we just want it to look like the photo. Okay, you could have just used the photo, but all right, pay me. So yeah, there are times I have to turn down a commission because it's something illegal, like if it's a intellectual property or a cartoon character that doesn't belong to me and I don't have license for, then I will say no, we can't do that. But normally nowadays, the commission projects I work on are things that are in my wheelhouse, that are my characters, my style, stuff I'm interested in. Or when I do corporate things, it'll be for Disney or something like that. Something fun. So who won?
Luna Dragonfey.
Luna Dragonfey! You won one of the green, voodoo and green pins. I'm going to... Do you mind, I'm going to run bathroom real quick.
Yep, I need to put message in here.
Okay. And then I'm going to work on a tiny...
Yay, congratulations. Woohoo.
Congratulations.
Jasmine wants to take a little break, so I'll put the message on. And alrighty, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty. We're back.
Yay! Alright. So we're back, and I've got another little painting I'll be working on. This is this is actually one I started the sketch on for before the last Dragon Con. No, before the Dragon Con before last, because it was when I was doing layouts for Dice Strangeling Princess. And I think
okay.
I forget, I think I ended up having her other hand out, or I changed something on it, and I was like, well, I'll have this little study to do of her after I did the original, and of course that was a couple years ago. But cool painting, and I'll have a little tiny treasure study of one, so
woohoo!
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that a bit. I'm just gonna move this one right here. Let's see if I can zoom in. And this will just be one of the little ones that I've been putting up on eBay. I'm trying to get in the habit, since I've mostly been working on larger paintings that are for my solo show in Los Angeles next year. I want to keep making sure I do small pieces too, because I can't only have giant paintings.
Right.
I mean, I could, but I like to mix it up a little bit.
Giant paintings.
Now these are the size of the little ones too that I often bring to the shows, like I were talking about Glastonbury, that since we fly there, I have a suitcase and I kind of fit as many little pictures in as I can. They always sell out in the first 2 minutes or so, so when I'm at home, I'm gonna just pop them on eBay. Because then y'all can fight over.
We have one, I think it ends tomorrow?
There's one up now?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Dia de Muertos one.
Yeah, I'll put up
the link
link
to that. Basically, I just put them up at a penny and let people decide how much they want to pay for them. Yeah, my meme up on eBay.
I think it's at a pretty good price. Still.
Oh yeah, cool. Good for me or good for them?
Good for both of us. $405.95 right now.
Yeah, good for both of us. That's good.
That will buy Matt some oatmeal.
I'll buy Matt's oatmeal for the week.
Hey, we make jokes, but there are often times when I have a very weird minimalist diet.
Yes.
I was like, what are you eating this week, Matt? I'm eating berries and peanut butter and
apples and peanut butter.
And cockroaches.
Oh, no cockroaches. If you leave out the apples and peanut butter, cockroaches.
Okay, will do.
Let's see. Let me go back 3 years in my head and remember what I was thinking when I started this one. Looks like I've already put some shading down on her face a bit. I might work on that a little bit before I start adding any color.
You were thinking, my God, that is a sexy 44-year-old man.
Oh, yeah, you would have been 44 back then.
Oh, yeah. Those were the days.
Yeah. I would have been in my 30s. Yeah. That's 3 years ago.
Okay, so Glenda's has she's doing a duet on TikTok, and it will have your tarot decks in the background.
All right.
Can she tag you in it?
I don't think do I have a TikTok?
No.
Oh, I don't have a TikTok, but you can mention me. That's always nice.
Beautiful Creatures Tarot.
I don't really know TikTok. But yeah, please do. That's a great idea. That's kind of neat. I haven't made a TikTok. It seems like that's a lot of
I would say it's more talking than ticking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm kind of quiet and I just paint all the time, so I don't really dance or...
You have a visual medium. It'd probably work well for you. Make a 15-second video of you painting, say hi to everybody, and there you go.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Look me up, man.
Now you look up yourself.
Huh.
And if I have a TikTok.
You have a TikTok?
Yeah, I put up that one rude video of me doing a magic trick.
Oh,
I was just seeing how it worked, and I haven't done anything on it since.
I didn't see it on TikTok. I think I saw it on
TikTok.
Facebook or
TikTok was
Instagram.
like, do you want to post it to all these other places? And it was pretty easy.
Oh.
But yeah,
I like that if it's easy to make it go.
My early morning magic trick, and people are like, "That's great. Are you gonna do more of those?" I'm like, the fake drunk magic guy persona. No, I think I'm good.
You think you're good? I think that was a one-off.
I don't know if he seemed like he was more drunk or more stoned. I couldn't tell.
It's hard to tell with some people.
Yeah, but it was early morning.
Oh, especially early in the morning.
Yeah. I kind of
most people on
talked in a
TikTok
funny sort of way.
This is a number 4 round brush, or it used to be. I've had this one probably 20 years and it's gotten all fuzzy, so I use it for doing like kind of blending on top of things like skin tones, or if I was like on the other one when I was doing some of the mist and the smoky effects on it, I'll use an old fuzzy brush like this one, because I don't throw anything away.
Old fuzzy brushes can come in handy.
Fuzzy brush.
Now, can you get a brush, take some scissors, cut it down to roughly the length that those bristles are, and just kind of cram it in a thing for a while? Or does it have to come natural?
It doesn't make a natural taper that way. It makes it flat across, and it makes it more like a thick sort of filbert? I forget what shape that is for brushes. Anyways, it makes one of them, and I don't know.
So Glenda says the effects on TikTok are awesome. I'm going to try to use the purple flame effect.
Is it like filters?
It sounds like filters.
Like
I don't know. I didn't look at that. The last filters I messed with were Snapchat, and I just kind of sent weird pictures of myself to Jasmine.
I've never been on Snapchat. How did you send it to me?
I take a photo from that, and then I text it to you. Yeah.
But not on Snapchat.
Or I look like a Santa Claus or something.
If somebody says they're me on Snapchat, it's not me. Is that one that you and Ellie were doing funny things on?
Yeah, she showed it to me a few years ago.
Yeah. That's what teenagers
But I haven't looked at any of the TikTok filters.
Do the ones that all look like animal faces, or is that
That's a Snapchat as far as I know.
I don't know either.
But I don't know.
I don't like using filters on Instagram because it always makes my nose go away.
Okay.
No, like in the pictures. It will make your face shaped weird and makes y'all look one color and makes your nose go away.
Yeah.
Isn't that what filters do?
That is what filters do.
I always make my eyes like big cartoon eyes, and they already look like that, so it looks dumb.
Yep. Filters. But other filters besides like the ones on your face, I think that's what Glenda's referring to.
Oh. Is it like a green screen?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, special effects I know involve paintbrushes.
Getting my blankie ready for story time.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Maddie.
we do have story time, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I forgot how to read.
You forgot how to read?
Yeah, I don't know how to
Make
read.
me read it. I'm gonna make you paint.
I mean, I'm trying to piece together these symbols that are in the chat, but
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of...
I don't know.
Well, there's like 26 main letters you gotta remember. Which is a lot of things to remember, really.
And this is in the the English language. English, anglais, English, English. I'll try.
It's an Indo-European dialect.
Okay, so well that's about 15 minutes from now.
Oh, okay.
We'll have Jasmine pick out a story as she does.
Yeah.
And then we'll read it.
Yes.
How about that? And I will try to
Last time it was
I will do my
about
best to read.
cannibals. Yeah.
What's that?
I said last time it was about cannibals.
Yes.
About what's his name? Rick
Army
Parker.
Hammer.
No, Rick Parker.
Yes, that was a weird one.
That was weird.
Yes, it was about Edgar Allan Poe writing about a cannibalistic situation, and
On a boat.
creepily enough, it came
cabin
true.
boy. Yeah, with the person of the same name.
It was amazing.
Which is what makes it extra weird.
And bizarre.
But again, it's a common name. But
Robert Smith is a common name.
A's in the Cure.
Yeah,
Not all of the Robert Smiths.
how many Robert Smiths are there on this planet?
Quite a few.
Quite a few. And when you say Robert Smith, you immediately think
I think of The Cure.
But
I
do
don't
as
know
well.
Everybody does. Not
But-
everybody's in their 40s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I've known about 5 Billy Smiths.
Okay.
And you've known Billy Smiths too, right?
Sure have, yeah.
And that's weird. That's like,
You know what we were talking about the other day, Bill Bailey, which is my stepfather's name, how that comes up a lot, because there's the British comedian Bill Bailey, and as I always point out, Axl Rose's real name is Bill Bailey.
Axl Rose's real name is Bill Bailey. Your stepfather's name is Bill Bailey. And Manny from Black Books is Bill Bailey.
Yes.
Black Books, Bill Bailey.
It's a
Buh.
alliteration.
Yes.
There's a song, Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey?
Yes.
I bet Bill, my stepdad, probably knows all these. Probably comes up.
Well, I don't know how familiar he is with the comedian, Bill Bailey.
Yeah. Well, I know you were talking about comedians on Facebook, and somebody had mentioned Bill Bailey, and my mom hijacked it and started talking about her husband, so. She did.
Well, Bill's funny. He told me a joke a couple times.
Oh, yeah, Bill is funny.
Yeah.
He came to visit us with my mom.
Yes. Good time.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm drawing her nose in because she must have had a filter on. Her nose has started to disappear because I keep putting layers of paint on top of it. Cute little nose. Make her a little grumpy.
No filter nose.
I know.
Axl Rose, real name, LOL.
Yeah.
That's his real name.
His real name is Bill Bailey. It is. I'm not a fan. I like the other Bill Bailey a lot. And, of course, my stepdad.
His name...
Not an Axl Rose fan.
Actually, it's William Bruce Bailey.
Oh.
But he changed it to William Bruce Rose.
Okay.
Yeah. W. Axl Rose, born William Bruce
So
Rose
he was
Jr., raised as William Bruce Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Born February 6, 1962, is an American musician, singer, songwriter, and record producer. He produces records.
Recordings. Recordly.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good, Mr.
Good job.
Mr. Axel Bruce Bailey Rose.
I'd contest some of them.
My mom used to be married to a Fred Bailey, but 2008 he passed.
Oh.
Aw. Yeah, Bailey is a common name, and Bill's a common name. Yeah. William, Guillermo.
I have a sister named Sunshine, or stepsister named Sunshine Bailey.
Sunshine Bailey?
Who is not related to my cat Sunshine. Spelled differently.
Wait, who the hell is related to your cat Sunshine?
Jimmy Jr.
Jimmy Jr. Yeah, Jimmy Jr. Pesto father. We assume is Sunshine's daddy. I think that's daddy.
Her bio dad. It's not actually Matt.
Yeah. And she loves me.
Yeah, she hates that.
Oh, but when Jimmy Jr. comes to the back door, Sunshine turns into a little
Sunshine
demon.
Freaks the F out. Yeah,
she bats at the glass. There's all these kitty cat paws all over the bottom glass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She'll scratch at it like a bull.
Her bottom gets so flat to the door. She
puts
her ears
fluffy.
back.
Yeah.
She hisses and snaps the door.
And I'm like, oh, Jimmy Jr. Pesto must be in the backyard.
I saw Guns N' Roses in concert 28 years ago in Milton Keynes.
Oh, outside
of
London.
Oh, I thought it was her friend.
It's the purpose-built community outside of London.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like her friend's house.
No.
That's
Milton
Leela.
Keynes is an experiment in new urbanism, the creation of a bedroom commute suburb outside the London Belt. Sorry.
So Fred Bailey, who passed in 2008, was cool. Oh. He used to make hot-boiled peanuts and sell before the big football games.
Hey!
I love boiled peanuts.
Boiled peanuts, man. That's a Florida specialty. A southern specialty. You see them in other parts of the South.
It's like, gee, I don't know what to do with all these boiled peanuts. Give them to Matt. Ow!
Yeah, they sell.
Don't bring me boiled peanuts.
On the side of the road here, you'll see them in. Like if you're at a gas station,
I like the spicy ones.
Yeah, they'll have the Cajun boiled peanuts, and they'll put them. They'll kind of be bubbling away in a crock pot. I don't know how official some of the places that you see at gas stations are selling them, but they'll put them like in a little cup, and then you eat it like beans or something, but it's peanuts.
Oh, Leela, that's the only concert you've been to?
Wow.
Guns N' Roses?
Huh. Well, heck, you should see some other people if you like that.
The only concert you've been to, and it was an American. Glenda says we were just talking with Mom about my stepdad. Yes, my mom has the recipe. Nice. It's top secret. Gosh, and I just thought it was like water and peanuts.
Oh no,
I'm an idiot.
People will have family recipes for boiled peanuts, like how folks will have a special barbecue recipe in their family, or that.
You know what it reminds me of? It's like the vegetarian version of like a boiling crustaceans and stuff.
Like how people would do like a crawfish boil
in New Orleans.
They're
gonna boil them. You're gonna boil some bugs, sea bugs, mate. Sea bugs.
No, don't eat crawdaddies. They're my babies.
Sea bugs.
They are sea bugs. Well, crawdaddies aren't even from the sea. They're from like nasty little creeks and people's backyard bayous.
Well, who was the first guy that picked up a crawdad and looked at him like, oh my God, that looks delicious.
Probably a raccoon.
Oh, do you see those pinch? God, oh,
Well, people like to eat lobsters, and they look just like they are just.
Well, who picked up a lobster first then?
I don't know.
It's like pick up a lobster. It's like this monster from the sea. That looks.
Or like you see more in the UK. Prawns.
How hungry would you have had to be? Yeah, that's what Elhurt says. Someone who is really, really hungry.
Really hungry.
Like, I thought just looks delicious. Do you see it crawling around there? Oh, look, it's eating a piece of squid.
Look, it's got arms in its mouth.
That's delicious. Oh, you want to eat the squid too? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll stay on land with the corn. Poseidon. Poseidon might. I think Poseidon only eats seaweed.
You think he only eats seaweed?
You've heard of Clemson Tigers and Gamecocks, right? No. South Carolina football teams. I have not heard of them.
I know Gamecocks because I always wonder about like when they make laws against making roosters fight each other, how Like, oh, but people still use that as a mascot.
Oh, I thought it was like, you know how you put on your game face?
You put on your, they call it a cup, man.
Oh! Yeah. That's a little bit too, yeah, we'll back off from that one.
Yeah, comfy. Let's see, I think she's got a...
Hopefully that flew over the heads of everyone.
Is that an 8-sided dice I think she's holding? I see a little letter 8. It looks like it's shaped like an 8.
It is an 8-sided dice, yes.
Okay.
It's like two 4-sided pyramids on top of a... It's a octahedron.
It's one of the 4 platonic solids.
It's basically an octopus.
No, it's octahedron.
Okay.
There are 4...
It's a triskaidekaphobia.
No, there are 4 platonic solids. That is the 3rd one.
I made a billboard for Fred, too, with the boiled peanuts. I made the words look like fire.
Hey!
That sounds nice.
It must be spicy recipe.
Well, if you do bring me anytime, Glenda, bring me a small bag. Because I might have eaten already, and I want to have them fresh.
Yeah.
Kombucha.
Oh.
6 minutes until story.
Oh.
You want to pick out the name of the story now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look.
Let's see. I'm gonna ignore whatever color I made this character's hair when I did the Dice Strangling Princess and make her like a new character.
Eventually it might get to the point where we'll forget if we read one.
I won't. Okay. Let's see. As always, we pick a story from Charles Berlitz's World of the Strange Phenomenon from 1988.
Is it normal phenomena, Jasmine?
It's strange phenomenon.
Oh, the strange type. Okay.
Mm-hmm. If it was normal phenomenon, it'd be really boring. It'd be like I came back for my dog, but it would be like you go back to the vet's office. Nothing happened.
Long stories of the strange and not strange.
Let's see. This one sounds good. Sea serpent sunk.
Think, funk?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like from...
Yeah, it's a Latin verb declension for sea serpents. Now we got page 250.
Well, I think think, thunk is from The Grinch.
Ah, yes.
Think, funk. What page is it?
250.
250.
250 pages in. We will learn about sea monsters.
I have to read through all the 250 pages before I get there, right?
It's okay. Sea monsters are always worth it.
Can I read one about sea monkeys?
Yeah, but there's not one in there about sea monkeys.
All right. I have gotten to the page, and I will read it in a few minutes.
Ooh.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready
for some sea monsters?
Are you guys ready for some sea serpents?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Lila's only been to one concert. I'm gonna try to make this concert like, yeah, let's rock. And make it British.
If she stayed at the Fairy Festival, it turns into a concert, but they usually have to get home.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they don't live right there.
Huh?
They don't live just right there.
No, they gotta drive to it, so I understand that they don't need to stay late. But
let's rock and roll and learn about sea serpents.
That sounds like the best night ever, actually. That sounds great. I love sea serpents a lot. That is one of the things I spend a lot of my time thinking about and talking about. I don't know why.
What if I did stumble? Let's rock and roll. Listen to some sea serpents. This is gonna be an educational rock show. Let's go. Sea serpents.
Yes. Sea serpents.
Gosh, I remember those days in school. Luckily, I wasn't in that class though. I think I got to. My mom taught me some readings before that stuff. Yeah. All right. We will rock on. It's early enough we can start now. Jasmine, are you ready for some sea serpents?
I am always ready.
Have I built up the sea serpent?
There better be a sea serpent in this, or I'm just going to make up my
Watch
own
this be
story.
one of the lame stories.
I bet it is. No.
All right. We're going to do some sea serpents. All right. Sea serpent sunk. I'm not fond of the title, Jasmine.
Well,
okay.
It's from 1988. You can go back in time.
I saw Roger Waters live back in 2012 in Georgia.
Nice.
Roger Waters live is amazing.
Many times. He's one of my favorites.
I don't think I have not been
on a hell of a show.
I haven't been to a better concert than the Roger Waters doing the
Wall
in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah.
Sea Serpent Sunk.
It's worth getting hit by a car over.
Sea Serpent Sunk.
Okay.
May 1917 found the Hillary, a 6,000-ton armed merchantman traversing calm waters near Iceland. That's a boat.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Iceland is technically a country.
Yes, so an armed merchantman is a boat. This is poorly done so far.
Isn't it though? Yeah, it sounds like it's a pirate with a AK.
Okay, I'm gonna start over.
Oh.
Let's start over. May 1917 found the Hillary, a boat, which is a 6,000-ton armed merchantman traversing calm waters near Iceland. When the lookout spotted something large on the surface, fearing a sneak attack by a German submarine, Captain F.W. Dean alerted his gun crews and sailed straight for the target. But Dean and crew encountered no enemy U-boat.
Oh.
What they found instead was a marine mystery.
Is it a plesiosaur?
From a distance of 30 yards, the captain started in wonder as a head about the shape but somewhat larger than that of a cow broke surface.
Okay.
No visible protrusions, such as horns or ears, were evident.
Okay.
The head itself was described as black, except for the front of the face, which could clearly be seen to have a strip of whitish flesh, very like a cow, has between its nostrils.
Oh.
A 4-foot-high, thin and flabby dorsal fin was also visible. The entire creature was estimated to be some 60 feet long.
Wow.
20 feet of which consisted of a sinewy neck.
That sounds like a plesiosaur.
Then, in one of the more fortunate bungles of maritime and zoological history, Dean decided his gun crews could use practice.
No.
Withdrawing to a distance of 1,200 yards, he ordered them to open fire.
No.
A direct hit struck the creature. Its death throes roiling the water, the living submarine sank from view. 2 days later, on May 25th, 1917, the Hillary itself sailed into the sights of a real U-boat. Still, she fared better than the Sea Serpent she had sunk. Most of her crew survived to fight again.
They shouldn't have killed the sea monster.
So, some jerks killed a sea monster.
Assholes.
Good going.
Yeah, that's awful. It was probably endangered too because there aren't any others of them. Good. Is that a sea monster noise?
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess these guys in a boat killed a sea monster, and then they fought some Germans like the next.
Sounds like
they just don't sound like good people.
Well, we were at war with Germany, and then we had reasons.
Okay, people in the room, if you had a boat and you happen to have a gun, and you saw a magical, beautiful cow creature that could swim come out of the water, is the first thing you'd think of is to shoot
Target practice. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not like they were starving. They needed to eat some sweet, sweet sea monster flesh. No, I don't like that. I know in Washington, the state of Washington, there is a law against shooting a Sasquatch, even though nobody's ever, found one, because they're concerned that if people were to see one, they would hunt it.
Yep. So 4 people in the room say no, but Defiance, working their namesake there, says depends on how hungry I am.
That's very true. If it's that, or you have to eat one of the
well played, Defiance.
Like we did
well
last
played.
Week. Yes.
It's not just all peanut butter and cucarachas.
It's not. Not everybody's a vegetarian.
If it was 60 foot long, they might have been scared. No, it sounds like they're being jerks,
it's
but
a target practice.
Oh my gosh, Tigger. Apparently, redneck. I'm gonna allow that.
Huh?
No.
I can't hear you.
Tigger said.
Yeah.
Captain was a redneck, and I had to allow for the phrase redneck to be used.
Is that an ethnic slur?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm thinking as a person who could potentially be a redneck, a white dude, I don't find the term bad.
I don't know. I'm white and I'm kind of trash, but
and I agree with you, Tigger.
I don't think I would. Yeah, no. I think somebody who goes and shoots beautiful animals that need not be shot could very well be a redneck.
Very good, Jeff Foxworthy.
I was gonna say not to paraphrase Jeff Foxworthy,
but Tigger, I allowed it because I agree with you.
Yes.
And saying redneck isn't bad, is it?
I don't know.
Redneck?
Well, to be fair, I don't think people. If you're calling somebody else that, you're probably not doing it to be nice.
I agree with Tigger, and I think we're both being accurate. And not nice.
I think so too. I think that's my definition of a redneck is somebody who unnecessarily shoots sea creatures.
But yeah. And Luna says, poor sea monster. Yes, you're correct.
That's sad. I like sea monsters. I paint them a lot.
I just think if there's a creature like that, I don't know. Maybe I do come from a different time, but the last thing I'm going to do is shoot it.
It is wartime. Then that would have been World War One. I don't know. If anything, I would think if somebody's going to shoot it, it would be for the purpose of proving that they had seen the sea monster, or for science posterity, like, hey, we're going to
stuff it,
look at its bones and put it up in a museum for people to look at, or something like that. Not just let it sink in the water and not talk about it again.
All right, for example, Wendy Tinkerbell says, I live in a town where we have a lot of rednecks, and I have to click allow on this, so I'm going to do that now. Allow.
Okay. Weird.
Yep, it says Matthew Beckett, add permitted term rednecks.
Wow.
Interesting.
Allow hate speech here, yeah. Huh.
Well, I don't. I mean, I and you, Jasmine, are the people that could be offended by that.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Southern white folks.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Southern Floridians.
Yeah.
Didn't they try to capture things like that to sell to carnivals back then?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, people sell things like that.
Remember they went to 12. Didn't they say they went back 1,200 feet to shoot at it? And it all rolled around. Oh, guys, who's seen? I'm trying to think. Is it Red Sonja? I think, where that creature does these crazy death rolls.
Oh, that's probably what they're talking about when they're talking about.
They're not talking Red Sonja
around.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking about, it rolling back and forth.
Yeah.
I think it's the movie Red Sonja.
I think you're right.
Where that happens.
It's kind of a Conan.
Arnold is in it, and he plays a very Conan-like character.
But it's not Conan.
But they're both
same author.
Yeah. My gosh, I'd know it any other time.
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
No.
No, it's Tarzan. I would know this. Howard.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Two names, Howard.
Yes. Anyway, she's written in the same world.
Yeah.
She's a creation of his.
Is it Samaria?
Oh, Samaria is like a region.
Okay.
It's
like saying Westeros.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. For the record, I'm against harming any living creature except. Defiance! I was joking with you.
You're good. Yeah. I'm the one talking about saving.
We're not gonna be. We're not gonna be like that. I have friends who do. You know, I have friends who hunt.
Does hunting and stuff.
I'm not weird. I guess I'm not gonna say I'm not weird about it because I'll let them know how I feel, but I'm not weird with them.
I
often
lead by example rather than lecture.
Do ya?
Except with painting.
That, like shooting the Loch Ness Monster because you see it and fear what you don't understand. Well, that'd be a horrible thing to do.
Well, let's say you were afraid the monster was going to get you, which I don't think was
if the creature was attacking their boat, yeah. I think the creature was just like...
if anything's attacking you, you get yours.
Just going around like acting like a
If an alligator
dumb
comes
cow.
up and starts biting my foot, I'm going to be
Robert E. Howard.
Robert
E. Howard.
Yeah.
So, yes, Red Sonja is a Robert E. Howard.
Okay.
And he was a contemporary, obviously, of
Mr. Lovecraft.
everybody back then.
And Mr.
They were all friends.
Burroughs.
And they all loved Poe. You can tell by all of their writings,
You
actually.
can. You
They all
can.
kind of take a little.
It's true.
Middle of the ocean without a boat almost certainly means death. Oh, for
Well, if they're on
Well, I don't think that- I don't think that-
marine ship,
that boat sound like it could.
Yeah, they're meant to be on the boat. It's not a lost sailing ship that was out there to fight it's a merchant ship that would be going across the Atlantic in World War II.
They were neither hungry. No, they were looking for Germans in World War One.
Well, they were wanting to avoid Germans. If they were an armed merchant ship, then they would have been probably transatlantic, but they were armed in case. But we would have to move cargo back and forth.
Yeah, that's true.
Still, but yeah.
They fought Germans later, though.
Yeah. Well,
and they did okay.
Man. I wonder if the people in the submarine knew about the sea monster.
I don't know. The story sounds silly.
Yeah, I don't believe it for a few reasons. They're probably using that as an excuse why they didn't deliver their cargo. And they're like, I'll say it was the Germans. And they're like, well, we can't say that until the next day. It's like, okay, first there was a sea monster, then it was the Germans.
It looked like a cow.
It looked like a cow.
Didn't it, Brian? Yeah. It
looked
like a cow, just like wink, wink.
Animal I've seen. Yeah.
What say you, Sebastian? Bovine all the way.
Well, people often say sea monsters had horse-like heads. Like Loch Ness monster type sea monsters.
Well, there is the what's the horsey head, pretty mermaidy tail creature?
Hippocampus.
Yeah, hippocampus.
Yeah. Part of your brain.
Defiant says, sea cow steaks. Sea cows are actually a thing, Defiance.
A manatee.
Yeah, those are protected.
They are. Well, not long before that, there would have still been the previous century would have had Steller's sea cow.
The Steller sea cow was huge.
Which is one of my favorite sea cows. He was a predecessor or early contemporary of manatees and dugongs. So think of a manatee, but they got to be about 30 feet long, which is just massive. So it's not too far off to think that there could be something also that large around in the water at that time. If they're saying that was about 60 feet long.
Yeah, I mean, imagine the sizes of the heads of lettuce that those Steller sea cows could eat.
I love manatees.
Thank you for the story, says Leela.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Anytime. Oh, please. Why is that mic done?
I don't know why this is happening.
Spam risk.
Okay. Yes.
Should I answer it?
Lovely.
That's how I handle telephone. Okay.
But they don't look like cows, do they? Throw back to why people name things what they do.
Yeah. Manatees don't, but they eat like cows. They eat water lettuce and they
graze.
And they graze.
They have
They're large and blubbery, but very docile.
They look like walruses without the tusks.
Yeah.
I think that's how you do okay if you're a sea mammal, because the water can be so cold.
Yeah.
You have to have a beautiful layer of blubber.
Yeah.
Or amazing thick fur, as otters do.
Uh-huh. I love otters
and beavers
too. What's that?
And beavers.
Yes.
Beavers, I think, have the thickest of the mammals. Is that?
Well, their pelt has the most hairs per square inch, but I've also heard that argued with some type of giant sea otters and not harbor seals, fur seals. I've heard that claim on all three of those animals. So I don't know. I mean, it's in the million per square inch thing. So it's like thread count. Think of that times like 10,000. You know. Helen
says otters are my favorite animals. We get otters every now and then.
You got an otter shirt on, don't you? Right now.
I do.
You do, from the aquarium.
I got it at Dragon Con.
Show it off.
Huh?
You can show it off.
I'll hand it to you and you can show it off.
You're gonna take off your shirt?
Yeah.
You don't want your shirt on. Don't take your shirt. You don't have to take your shirt off.
I don't want to show off my shirt.
Okay, then why are you standing up holding your shirt out then?
I was gonna hand it to you.
I don't know.
You can put it on.
Don't let me. Otherwise, people won't believe you have otters on your shirt.
It's it. Read what it says.
It says otters. The otters strike back, Georgia Aquarium.
Yeah, so
it's a Star Wars parody, but with sea otters.
I'll try to show the little picture closer.
Okay. You can get paint on it.
That's upside down.
Oh, is that? Okay.
That's like they're little otter people. Instead of Luke, it's an otter.
It is. And it's at the
Leia's an otter.
And of course, it was during Dragon Con. So
and Darth Vader's an otter.
Yeah.
There you go. Enough sexy times.
Yeah.
This is turning naughty.
Yeah. You know it. Oh, this one I'm already...
No comments. Like that disturbed, that upset the whole balance of the broadcast. I'm not watching anymore.
They don't.
Matt with his shirt.
Maddie.
How dare he get on camera with his weird shirt? I'm gonna go in the backyard and drink a boochie.
The Georgia Aquarium is a wonderful aquarium. It's one of the best ones
great.
I've been to. Yeah.
They have cute otters there, Asian otters.
Yes.
They are
sweet. They've got the Asian
sweeties.
clawed otters, which are little otters.
I love them.
And I've seen children there doing some sort of hands-on otter behind-the-scenes experience or something. Remember?
Oh,
they'll have like kids up there with the otters.
And I wanted to be. I wanted to be in there.
I know. I'm not a kid, but I love otters.
Glenda says, I missed it. I was messaging with my mom on Facebook.
Oh,
you didn't miss much, Glenda.
Sure.
And you can rewind later if it's important to you.
We do always keep our archives up on my Twitch for, I think, 4 weeks, and then it goes to my YouTube. You can always watch those. We need to upload the past several weeks of them. But
we do. Otters are adorable.
Otters are adorable.
Georgia Aquarium was great. They do that at London Zoo.
Oh, with the otters?
Yes.
Man, when I've been to the London Zoo, the main time I've been there, it was so cold. It's one of the only times that we saw snow falling in England. Was when we were there at the aquarium or at the zoo. Remember, Maddie?
Yes.
But we went inside that one house where all the monkeys lived.
And the piggies came.
Oh, the piggies were making little.
The monkeys. Okay, the monkeys would run out to us.
Yes, for the Americans.
I was like, who is in control of the zoo?
You go to the London Zoo, and they've got a variety of many types of monkeys that can seemingly get out and climb on your feet and things. It just nobody else was in there either. It's like, are these monkeys? Do you go in a cage? No, okay, that's fine. Just climb up my pants here, monkeys. And they had like several types of them that were all getting along.
Yeah, I mean, they were sitting around playing cards, smoking cigars. It was amazing.
Yeah, but they had little tamarins and smaller little squirrel monkeys and sweet little monkeys.
Glenda says, the otter seaweed tie beanie baby is worth some money if an original. I have 2 of them.
Aha!
I don't have any of them.
I don't think I do.
But I will take one of yours if you want.
I like how otters go around in the seaweed in the kelp forest.
I love seeing otters play. Oh, Mama Cardinal came.
Oh.
I love seeing
she was out there.
Otters play on the land. And then if you do get that glass view, they're beautiful swimmers.
Oh, when they'll have when they have a viewing area that you can see below the water.
They just act like the water is what they do.
They always seem so happy.
Did I tell you all I collect Beanie Babies and Beanie Boos, and last month I bought over $250 worth?
Ooh.
I think you did. I think you were saying something about that.
Beanie Boos. Oh yeah, somebody was talking about Beanie Boos because I was trying to remember if that are those things that Ellie had that have the really big eyes on them.
Those are something else. What are those things?
I think those are Beanie Boos.
I don't know what they are.
I don't know.
I don't think those are Thai.
They're not Thai.
I don't think so. They're just cool. I don't know. I bought
odd person that's
I bought you a couple of those myself because they were cute. I bought you a monkey one.
Yes.
Glenda says my sister gave me a bag full of original beanies too. Yeah, I remember this conversation. Which is rare for me. Sometimes I don't remember things. What's that?
I asked you what month it was earlier.
It's May. I have the computer in front of me and it tells me.
That's cheating. Well, heck, when I was writing bank stuff last week, deposit slip twice in a row, I wrote down 2019 as the year, which is off by 2. Is that set up there, babe?
Yeah, everything's good.
Oh, that's nice.
Beanie Boos are the Thai stuffed animals. I'll see if that's what we're talking about.
I think they are.
Let's see.
I don't know much about the stuffed toy market.
Yeah, those are them.
Yep, I told you.
Yeah, I get them if they're cute, and then I rip off the tag.
Oh, well, you're not buying them for collecting or resale.
And I eat the tags.
Yeah.
I collect too many things, but I have to say my Jasmine collection is the biggest. Aw,
I like that. Thank you.
I'm not a big collector myself, am I, Jasmine? Do you think I'm a collector?
You're not, especially. I am with specific things, artwork, of course, and fossils and natural oddities.
Yeah.
Natural curiosities.
I think I could live in a room with nothing there.
That just means you're boring.
I'm boring?
No. Maybe you think you could live in a room with nothing.
Oh, probably not. I think I just walk around then. Look at stuff.
It's called prison. Yeah.
Whoa, you tear off the tag? Yeah, I do. Because it hurts if you hug them. I like to snuggle these things.
Uh-huh. I knew. I just, yeah. I don't.
And if I feel like it, I might bite off an eye.
Or nose.
Or a nose.
My favorite stuffed animal dog I've had since I was 6 months old. I bit off his nose and ate it quite early on.
It's not worth as much as it, without any tax. That's why I said it, Glenda.
Things like that I don't buy because I ever intend on selling. I buy stuff because I like it. So I'm like I'm not a good like pin collector or something. It's like I get it and I don't keep it in a bag. I just stick it like on my backpack and find out later it was worth money or I don't know.
Yeah, I remember there are people that very much like to keep tags like it's kind of almost like dating. It's like keeping a ticket almost like at a concert.
Oh, well,
it's like a little paper thing that goes with it.
That's like it. I mean, you might keep that if it was like a fun concert or if it meant something to you.
Well, I remember this kid.
Scrapbook people.
This kid I went to high school with, and he'd always keep the tags on it from his shoe. It would be on his shoe still.
Was it to show off that his shoes cost a lot of money?
I don't think it had how much it cost on there, but it would have like the little plastic loop, and it would still have the tags. And he was very careful with these shoes.
Okay.
And he would have a different shoes every now and then.
Oh.
And he would do the same things, and I think he probably kept them safe after he was done with them, maybe for a month or so.
Oh. Well, I know people have done that with expensive clothing because they want to wear it once somewhere and then return it the next day, which you should not do. But they'll keep the tag just tucked in.
I also got a retired Build-A-Bear, the Vampire Bear. That's nice.
Vampire Bear.
I have a cuddly otter I've had since I was born, so he's 47. Leela says, people have told me my house is like a museum and chaotic, but it's actually very organized. Those people are fools, Leela.
Yeah, don't
fools.
listen to them.
Don't listen to those people.
Do not suffer fools.
Put them in a headlock. Glenda says it's worth $80, but it got 42. But you got it for $42?
Hey.
I love Build-A-Bear, says Phoebe. I have some friends that work at Build-A-Bear. Mm-hmm. TLS Creation says, I do the same thing. They never save the boxes. Okay. Oh, you save the tags on your shoes? See, I think that's a bigger thing than we know, Jasmine.
Yeah.
I got a purple sloth from Five Below store.
Five Below. That's a store I can afford everything.
And Leela says, I never listen to them. Yay.
Yeah.
Well, you got it for $42. Oh, yeah, autocorrect's stupid. I don't trust. I don't trust autocorrect. Oh, sorry, my autocorrect. TTPOS. That's typos, and then they corrected typos. Oh, we knew what you meant, Glenda. I often autocorrect for the room to my best ability. I don't want people to have to feel like they have to type in something twice here. You're amongst friends.
We don't.
And I'm not going to be critical of that.
No.
We have some crypt kitties. Do you know those? Crypt with a K, Jasmine, and kitties, Kiddies, and it's from Nigel, so it's probably
they're
creepy.
Like living dead dolls.
Are they like living dead dolls? I can't even spell typos. Yeah, I hear you though. Jasmine and I are all texting, and weird stuff comes out sometimes.
It does.
Because I think our phones, the way both of them must be set up, it remembers things, and it'll remember things that it thinks fit but don't.
Well, it's like if I just type on a thing strange, it tries to change it to Strangeling.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It thinks it knows better.
Uh-huh.
They describe that AI as intuitive, but it seems more presumptive and dickheadery or something.
And sensory.
Yeah.
It's
Good luck with the raffle, everyone.
Oh, yes. Raffle will be coming up. And this raffle is for the Voodoo in Green pin. And then the raffle we'll do at the end will be for my wonderful Tinkerbell I did for the Walt Disney Company about 15 years ago. She'll be brand new in her box, and I will autograph her for her. She has her certificate of authenticity. She was a limited edition made by Disney Fairies, Hamilton Collection, Bradford Exchange, Jasmine Becket-Griffith, 5 times co-brand. Super cute statue.
What?
Yeah.
Can you say that again? I didn't get all that.
Nah, I said it once. That's
so, yes, let's see. Glenda, yes, Nigel and Leela are married, and she said yes, they are referring to crypt kitties. They are creepy dolls.
Okay.
Just some chat room stuff, Jasmine.
Okay. Trying to remember. I think a 3 goes under the 8. And then is that a 4?
Yeah. How many couples are in the room? That's curious. I know that we have Nigel and Leela. Any other couples in the room? And only one of you has to answer if you want.
So you can lie. If you have a crush on somebody in the room, you can totally lie.
Good luck, everyone. Sadly catching bits and pieces. Oh, that's Angela.
Oh.
Oh, me and Bob. Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
That's definitely one.
Yeah. Nigel and Leela, Angela.
Lisa and Alex.
Lisa and Alex. Yeah.
Not married yet. I don't know. You're a couple. I don't know. Yeah, you British people never tying the knot. That's how you go about things. We Americans always have to get married as soon as we meet each other.
Yeah.
I've been married 7 times. Someone sells really cool, creepy dolls in Salem, Massachusetts.
Ooh, I bet they
Salem?
do.
I never even think of anything creepy in Salem. Salem? Massachusetts? It's such a straight-laced place. I mean, nothing bad ever happened in Salem.
I'd like to go to Salem.
Me too.
I've never been there. And it seems like somewhere I would have gone. It seems like some place that would have festivals that would invite me.
TLS says, not me, single. My guy is Jen and
We
Nair.
should start doing matchmaking in our
Tigger
group
and
there.
Tigger too. Carol and Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Veggie Mech. Scarlet.
Hey, yeah.
Salem is great, says TLS. I imagine it's probably pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I would love. See, in Salem, what I do is, Jasmine and I probably sit at the computer, and we'd look and see what's up, and we'd maybe go on a ghost tour or a cool witch tour.
Yeah, I know some
or
people
whatever
that have
other
a store
tours.
there. Yeah.
Kindorf and Kintra, Robert and Tracy. Fatal Fairy Kisses says, not me. Been with my boyfriend for 8 years, and he's not good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what
I've been married and divorced twice before, so no rush here. Wow. TLS says, I'll go for matchmaking. Yeah. Amy says, me and my hubby.
We're gonna start our own dating app here.
We're gonna start doing speed dating here in the room. It starts off, you name your favorite Jasmine Becket-Griffith painting, and then you talk about your favorite animal.
Hey, there are at least 2 couples I know of that have gotten married that have met because of my artwork. 2 of whom met in line at one of my events, and they got married.
Muriel, Mian and Nucketer, some locals there.
Yeah.
We know those dudes.
There's some. Yeah, there's
The Satanic Temple headquarters is in Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
They just reopened for tours, and I got vaccinated a week ago.
Hey.
Can't wait to go check it out and take a pic with Baphomet statue.
Definitely. I would totally go there. I love Baphomet.
I'm down for overseas matchmaking.
Yeah.
Anything to get overseas.
Yes.
I'll be single forever, Helen says. I live in
we will
Salem,
with that
New
attitude.
Hampshire, so it's close.
Salem, New Hampshire?
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know there was a
So
Salem,
Defiance
New
is the one who wants to go take the picture with Baphomet.
Oh, cool.
But they live in Salem,
yeah.
New Hampshire.
Oh, did they give you just like a Salem discount for being a sister city?
I don't know.
There's a Salem, Oregon.
There is.
There's Winston-Salem, Carolina.
Is that like, isn't that cigarettes?
Yeah, well, it's tobacco country there.
Tobacco country.
Tobacco country. Flavor country.
This here's tobacco country where we rile up the wild tobacco and ride them home each night. Then we put them on the grill and smoke them.
No, you have to.
That's how you smoke tobacco, right?
No, you have to dry it out. After you pick it, you have to dry it out. You hang it upside down on little strings, and you put it in your barn.
I've seen that before. It looks almost grizzly.
Yeah, well, you wait. You pick it when it turns yellow.
Oh my gosh, what's that mean, guys? It's time to do our raffle.
Waffles.
It's time to do the raffles.
Raffle for this special pin.
Buttercup 69.
Buttercup 69.
Buttercup
Congratulations.
69.
You have won a good luck
Buttercup
pin.
69.
If you're not a pin collector and you've won this, I recommend going up to the pin trading group at Strangeling, and you can trade her for something else you would like. Or sell her and make some money. I don't care. But it's a neat pin because it's not one that anybody has ever been able to purchase anywhere. It's one I just give away as prizes. We'll also have it once we are doing shows again where we can have our pin trading lanyards, these things. And usually I stick a bunch of pins on that, and I'll trade any pin for any pin. And Matt will have them too. We usually do that at the Kansas City Renaissance Festival. My sister and Chris will have pins there also.
Okay, Jasmine, show off Tink's bottom.
Oh. I haven't signed her yet, but there's Tinkerbell. And yep, the mold does have my carved signature on her backside, but I will sign her with a Sharpie pen also, so you can have one actually signed by me. There aren't, as far as I know, this would be the only one ever signed by me, because this one's mine. Sometimes people bring me statues to sign at my shows, but I don't think I've seen anybody bring that Tinkerbell before. I'd remember that.
So Jasmine, they're like, hey Jasmine, we want to put your signature on this Tinkerbell. Where would you like that signature? And Jasmine's like, the bum.
The bum. Oh,
Put that signature right on the bum.
Well, actually, with Tinkerbell, I think about, like, in the cartoon, how when she goes through the keyhole, how she can't get through because her bottom's too shapely.
Also known as Matt's Awakening. I awakened when I saw that scene in Peter's Pan.
Yeah. As a small child.
Yes,
Yeah.
my awakening.
In your formative years.
I was like, whoa, oh my.
You're like, Tinkerbell, and you end up with Jasmine.
What?
Hey.
How? Oh, okay, Tink.
Hey.
It's almost a bit much.
That's
if
a
you
bit
rewatch
racy.
that scene.
Well, she's based off, if you look at the drawings they did, they based her off of some prominent pinup models at the time.
Yeah. But yeah, Tinkerbell's cool.
I know in the movie Hook, they had Julia Roberts play her, which I just don't see Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell.
Well, that was one movie.
I know.
They also had Rufio play Rufio.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not even. Yeah, I have a lot of problems with that movie actually.
Hey, Rufio's all right. He comes to the shows. He's there for the fans.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does indeed. But I don't think he came up with the storyline.
No. And Rufio's got some fans.
He does.
Anyone in this room like the Rufio?
Rufio? Yeah. He's been at Dragon Con before. He's been at MegaCon before, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Friend of the show.
I mean, he puts the roofie in Rufio.
In Rufio. Oh no, I don't know about that one. You'll have to tell him that, Maddie. Like, no.
Oh.
We're not talking about the actor.
Fairy Bell's like, Rufio?
Yeah.
Yes, in the movie Hook, there's a character named Rufio.
There's an obnoxious character named Rufio.
He took over when Peter Pan left.
Mm-hmm.
It was played by Robin Williams. And
yeah.
and Robin Williams comes back forgetting that it was Peter Pan. Then he gets his memory back, and then Rufio wants to fight him. He's an enemy at first, but then they become friends, and then they take on Hook together.
They bond over skateboarding.
Phoebe says, Rufio, I liked him.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, if you come to DragonCon or MegaCon, you might see him. Like, he's got the same booking agent I do.
Yes. Hence the
he's
save.
He's a friend of the show. Huh?
Hence the save.
Yeah.
I was sad they bopped him off. Wow.
What?
What movie did you watch there, Phoebe? Oh, they killed him. He killed his character.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant something
Maddie.
completely different. My gosh, Phoebe.
My goodness, Maddie. Getting notions.
And why would you be sad about that?
It's Rufio.
What's in this kombucha?
I don't know, man.
I think it's been Rufio'd.
It's been Rufio. No. Rufio is not a verb. Not a verb you should use.
People are still joining the raffle.
They're still
laughing
joining
idiot.
the raffle. It's like,
raffle.
we gotta grin through this Matt BS and then
gotta deal with this last hour just to get my Tinkerbell and listen to Matt.
Exclamation point raffle in the chat room, all one word, will enter you into the raffle.
I think they know it. That's half of what's going on.
Channel. What's that?
I think they know it. Exclamation raffle. Everyone's popping it in there.
I don't know how else this showed up. She's coming around nice. So far, she's just monochromatic mostly. I'll be adding some colors on.
A little slap happy, am I?
You are.
Yeah, it is definitely slap happy.
Yeah, running on not a lot of sleep.
That's okay.
I did alright last night though, but several days in a row I didn't. A bit more definition in this eye here. Giving her some nice.
Just trying to keep hydrated.
Yeah. Coconut water.
Coconut water.
I
Kombucha.
Drink so much
water. Smart
I
water.
I don't drink pop or anything, so if there's something like coconut water or kombucha is kind of the same thing because it's tasty and is kind of sweet.
Yes.
Doesn't have as much sugar though.
No.
And kombucha's got a whole bunch of vitamin B12.
Kombucha has 8 grams of sugar, Jasmine.
That's not that much.
0 grams of protein. 13,000% of your vitamin B12.
Man. Good vegan source.
That means I won't need any for 130 days.
13 days?
Huh?
13 days?
130?
Oh.
13,000.
13,000! Oh, okay. I thought you said 1,300. Apologize. Yeah, that's good. Although you do metabolize vitamin B12 faster than that.
And this is my second one today.
Oh.
So I won't need any for 260 days.
Well, I'll take that, BOGO.
Is that how it works? Is there like a little storage tank of B12 in each body?
No, that one does not work that way. You can kind of say that ascorbic acid, like you're talking about vitamin C, why it works for scurvy is you kind of keep that. It does its job for a while.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
You can have an orange.
Yes.
And it can help keep you from scurvy for months.
Yes. Like having a rock that keeps tigers away.
Scurvy sounds awful.
Ah, and you lose your teeth and have a bad time. Start going through organ failure. What's that?
And have a bad time?
Yeah, nobody wants to have
I'm having a really bad time here.
Yeah.
Got the scurvy.
That would be a bad time.
The bones loosen around your teeth. I hear.
Yes, it hurts. The cartilage around your joints starts to break down.
Yeah, so vitamin C.
Vitamin C is important. It also is what helps keep your immune system running. I take.
That's regular vitamin C. That's not 6 months with one orange vitamin C, though.
Yeah, but you don't actually need a lot. We don't metabolize vitamin C. Almost every other mammal creates their own vitamin C. We need an external source of it from food.
So are we
the only other mammal that doesn't have it naturally is a guinea pig.
Are we like are we like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, Jasmine?
Like how they are with lycopene?
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
So wait, are we is this like Jurassic Park for humans?
Yeah, that's what Earth is basically Jurassic Park for humans.
Nice.
Universal, even more so.
So, I didn't think it was lycopene. Is it lycopene? I thought it was lysine.
Yeah.
Lysine.
Lysine.
L-Y-S-I-N-E.
The amino acid found in chickens.
Yes.
And other things.
BCAA pills.
Yes.
It can be synthesized.
It can.
Yeah, so that's how they kept. They're like, well, if we leave this island, they'll need the lysine. They'll die off if we don't give them constant lysine. Yeah, that's
they genetically manufactured them to do that. What's that?
The more I think about that story, the more messy it seems.
Well, you have to remember when it was written, it was the general public did not know as much about genetics and the idea of genetic engineering. So it all sounded pretty magic to the people on a Michael Crichton sort of way.
So, do you think when people watch Jurassic Park, they think of it more as a sci-fi or more of a horror story?
It's horror. I missed that. I would say it's.
You don't think it's.
The first
you think it's
one
not horror?
Has horror elements to it. There are some genuinely scary bits in the first Jurassic Park.
Do you think? Okay, Room. Do you think Jurassic Park is more horror or more sci-fi?
I don't know that I'd say action adventure. I don't know if I'd even say science fiction. The science in it is other than the first film, to some degree the second book. I would say that the science really takes a backseat to the
Dr. Simba says sci-fi. OG Wild Guess says aloha all.
Aloha.
We will accept that as sci-fi.
When somebody says aloha, that means they're agreeing with me.
Fluffy Cat says sci-fi. Phoebe says, I think it is beautiful. LOL. Jurassic Park or the cute little painting?
Both.
Action adventure.
Yeah, action adventure.
Good job, El Hertz. That was not an option.
That's what I had
You
said.
Are ejected from the room
Why is my
immediately.
suggestion not an option, but yours is?
I think that... So no one's thinking it's horror. Okay.
It's not horror. I would never say that.
I'd say there's monsters in it, and they're running around and they're trying to get people.
Animals. Even within the context of the story, they're animals.
They're
monsters.
monsters. No!
You. Who's calling me? Call me during Twitch.
No.
Did you just hang up on him?
Yeah.
That's what you get when you call our house. We just hang up right on you. I did that on my phone earlier.
Fantasy sci-fi.
Yeah.
But no horror.
I like to say action adventure with some science fiction elements. Not even science fiction. I'd say speculative fiction. But I don't think that's a category for movies, is it? That's
okay,
books.
so I look up I Google search Jurassic Park genre, and it says science fiction, and people ask, the first Google question is Jurassic Park horror.
Oh, so you're
the short answer is not really. In terms of tone and vibe, Jurassic Park leans far more into its action and adventure qualities than it does fear. So many moments of the film evoke a sense of wonder, a quality that generally isn't in horror.
No, I don't know.
So it's too wonderful for horror.
Because it's got dinosaurs in it.
That actually was that was a good paragraph. I like that. Loved Caprica back in the day. Farscape 2.
Is somebody's name in the room something about
I'm
Caprica?
Not sure. What's Caprica?
I bet somebody in the room has an internet handle that has something to do with it. I have no idea. I don't see the TV from here.
OG wild guess. I just Googled it and it says American science fiction. That's different than American. That's different than normal science fiction.
American science fiction means action adventure movie that has a lot of special effects.
Ah. We need to have explosions and stuff. That's how we sell.
Yeah, even when it's just
remember
dinosaurs.
Eddie Izzard? He's like, that's how you sell popcorn.
It's true. It is actually.
Yeah. We figured that out pretty early. It's like the one thing we have going for us, and it's often made fun of. Yay! Go America! Oh, also that massive military. Caprica was the Battlestar Galactica spinoff. I wasn't a fan of Battlestar Galactica.
So I don't know. I never saw Battlestar Galactica at all.
I saw the last episode.
Oh, it's cheating.
It was. I was invited. It was some sort of watch party.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's weird. Go to a watch party for a long-running show that you've never seen and you only watched the last episode.
Well, they said, "Do you want to see that?" And I was like, "Well, I don't really watch it, so I guess just to hang out." And I'm like,
I guess if you don't care, it's not like it's a spoiler.
Yeah, it did. That's what I'm saying. I didn't care.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I think I got the gist from just by watching the last episode.
Oh, hey, you saved a few years.
Yep. But I remember when it was on, I was certainly in the minority. It was a very popular show.
Oh.
With
I was
its
probably busy watching
Cylons and whatnot. I watched the original Battlestar Galactica when I was little. Didn't really care for it too much. Are you excited about the new Jurassic Park movie to come out?
I will always see anything with dinosaurs. You will be excited, Matt, because I will probably make you go to the drive-ins to watch it, and you like going to the drive-ins.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the second new one. Yeah,
I don't know how
Jurassic.
to tell, really. That'll kind of blur together.
Jurassic World.
I'm probably confusing it with the video game. I saw
Leela
Jurassic
says,
World.
"Well, folks, please excuse." Night, Leela. Caprica was a prequel. Caprica was a prequel. Origins of the Cylons. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Find out where they came
I am
from.
excited.
Midichlorians. No, wrong one.
Yeah, the last Jurassic Park movie I saw was the newer one with Chris Pratt and Jasmine. I did see that. Did we see that at the drive-in?
I saw it at the drive-in. Yeah,
we did see it at Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, I saw the one where it's a theme park.
That's
and
Bryce Dallas Howard.
The thing is, I know so much about theme parks that that was the part I found to be unbelievable.
See, I know a lot about dinosaurs and theme parks, and I found both of them not.
So it was.
That is not how theme parks make their decisions.
The part
there are so many things I'm like that would not happen. Okay.
The part that I did like though is that Chris Pratt had relationships with some of the dinosaurs.
That. Yeah, I like that also.
Can there be a bad movie with a dinosaur? Absolutely.
No. Oh, well, no, that's not true because every movie that has a dinosaur in it is a little bit good. So there you go. Prove me wrong. I don't think there are any bad movies that have dinosaurs in them.
Elhurt says no. Her keeping her heels on the entire movie is what is unbelievable. Jasmine? Or
no, I think
the actress.
About,
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did not wear heels. I was at the drive-in. I don't think I even wore shoes.
Yeah, Jasmine just jogged around the drive-in with her heels on.
You know,
the whole time. It's like, Jasmine, that's incredible. You kept your heels on the entire movie.
Yeah, because I am just that hardcore.
There are most movies with dinosaurs are probably good, but there are some bad ones.
What's the
bad ones that need riff tracks to make them good?
What is that awful riff tracks one that it's they're in that
Future Wars? What is it called?
No, the one that they're in like a big warehouse.
Future Wars. Is it not?
Is that Future Wars? Is it?
I think so. Let me look it up.
That movie is pretty bad, but it has dinosaurs. So I mean, think if it didn't have the dinosaurs in it, how shitty it would be, huh?
There's a video game called that.
Oh, One of the worst video games ever made is Dinosaurs. Don't you think, baby? Dino Wars, The Destruction of Spondyles.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's a terrible video game. But Mia and I played it a lot. We didn't have a lot of video games, and that was one of them we got later. Played the hell out of it. Never got any better at it.
I told my friend that it was unbelievable, referring to the heels thing, and she argued about the fact that that was feminist. I'm a feminist, and unbelievable is unbelievable. I don't understand how
it was feminist to show her still wanting to wear the clothing she was wearing, despite the rest of the world not letting her.
Okay, yeah, but I do agree with you, Phoebe, that practicality is going to win out no matter what.
I don't know.
If it's hard to run in heels, it's hard to run in heels,
what if she
especially if dinosaurs
wears them
are...
and that's how she's most comfortable walking?
What
if she has to stomp on like a Compsognathus or something, like a knee-high dinosaur, and you gotta really stomp one? I would not do that, as we talked about in the sea monster story. I would not kill a dinosaur.
I don't know. Like she could skewer a few little Compsognathuses with her heel, her stiletto.
Yeah.
I've ran in hills. It is doable, but not for that long in mud and dirt and across rocks and hell. Would have got stuck. Oh, heels.
Well, if she had been barefoot, she would have stepped on all those sticks and pointy things.
Yeah.
I don't know. She should have worn boots. Yeah.
I wear heels a lot. And
you don't either.
Oh yeah, I don't wear. Yeah, I can't speak for heels.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can agree to some degree that heels are. I just don't see I just don't see the feminism coming into play. That's weird to me.
I don't know. There are people who will use feminism as a reason why people should not wear heels, which I take personally, and then people use it as a reason why you should be able to wear heels when you want to, which I can't see people really having a problem with.
I just don't. I agree with the last part you said.
What to do is
if you want to have heels, you wear heels. But
as well,
running around in them
men should be able to wear heels.
Walking in soft things might be hard.
Yeah,
might be difficult. I don't know.
Yeah.
When she was running from the T-Rex, it was paved across the road. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're talking about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's not about it's not about that the regulations for a theme park would never ever be like that, or that there are dinosaurs living, but it's about the heels. Okay.
That was the least believable part of it.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
And that was Bryce Dallas Howard's character? I didn't even notice. The thing is, I didn't even notice that. I mean, kudos to her. Yeah. Angela says, run in heels. I can barely walk in them.
As a body double.
Maybe she's a superhero and that's her power. She has an
identical twin sister, doesn't she?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've seen pictures of them together with their dad when they were little. With Ron Howard.
Yeah, what's her name? Bryce Austin Howard?
That's it.
That being said, I still think it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sure. But people's hair stay nice the whole film too.
Yeah.
And people stay clean for some reason, or they get clean, or they get shot up really bad, and then 15 minutes later they're doing well. So
yeah, I mean, how many times did Chris Pratt fall like 10 feet and he's hopping up and running around later?
Anyway, the coolest thing about the movie, I thought, was Chris Pratt's relationship with some of those
when he was training
velociraptors. I thought that was kind of sweet.
Yeah, they kind of were like little puppies to him.
Kind of like mean, evil puppies, yeah.
Yeah.
More like having a team of well-trained Doberman Shepherds. Doberman Pinschers.
Doberman Shepherds,
that's a badass
hybrid.
Yeah. Doberman Shepherds. What are those? Doberman Shepherds?
Yeah.
Jump right over that fence and bite your face.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking this one. Kind of making the side a little bit lighter, like the light sources up here. Even though it's a tiny little painting, I like to think about that. And put some light on the little dice she's holding. Looks like when I drew this, I think I wanted it to be a transparent dice. I have some. I'll probably look at my little. I've got a little bag of different shapes of dice. I'll probably double check to make sure I put the numbers in the right place.
Oh, I'm sure there are crossbreeds. But never do it with a tiny little Chihuahua and a Great Dane. That sounds evil.
Oh, if the Chihuahua's the mama, that's difficult.
Yeah. If Chris would have worn heels, he wouldn't have fell.
There you go. See?
Oh, are you saying he's better than her? Huh?
No.
Huh?
No, I'm saying that he wouldn't have fallen.
Well, she didn't fall.
He fell several times in that film.
So he needs his heels to fall because the heels are
no,
magical.
I'm saying that was something that was not believable, that he wouldn't be injured. I mean, I've broke my ankle by stepping wrong on a sidewalk when I was
So the
barefoot.
official genre is sci-fi fashion.
Sci-fi fashion.
Sci-fi fashion.
Yeah.
We've decided it is sci-fi fashion.
Yeah, it's a good category. No, I'm not very good at guessing what genres movies are in. Which isn't as big a deal now, but it used to be back when you'd have to go to a video rental place and think, gosh, what does Blockbuster think this is? Was it called a drama?
I think Phoebe's referring to her Amazon account. She says, and I like the interaction between trainer and dinosaurs. It reminds me of me and my Amazon.
I bet it's their pet.
No, I think she's trained her Amazon account to I'm not sure, but I'm reading something into it.
I don't think my Amazon account can be trained. It says a lot of weird stuff at me.
Yeah. Well, Phoebe, I wish you luck with your Amazon account. I hope it sends you the right things.
Hope it sends you all the trains.
Are you the trainer or are you the dinosaur? That's the question.
Ooh, that's deep, Maddie.
No, apparently it's an Amazon parrot.
Oh.
A yellow nape.
Oh, that's lovely.
And OG Wild says, very nice, we have an African gray. Those are the two most verbal person about Jurassic Park, and they both own
parrots.
Dinosaur birds.
Dinosaur birds, man. I love parrots.
Interesting.
They are dinosaur birds.
Interesting.
I like them.
I thought so. I thought you guys were bird people.
You know what? Buddy was just posting about he was playing Jurassic Park video games.
See?
And he has
bird people naturally like dinosaurs and high heels.
Mm-hmm. They go together. Well, dinosaurs are related to birds, of course.
Yeah, I know, Phoebe. Remember, dinosaurs evolved into birds.
Yes.
The fetas. Magic feta.
Yes. They did. The bird hip dinosaurs did. They're lizard hip dinosaurs. They turned into other things.
Hey, the camera hasn't went still yet.
It hasn't. That's nice. I wonder why. I don't know why sometimes it does and sometimes
maybe
it doesn't.
Jinxed it. We'll see.
Maybe you jinxed it so it's working? Or do you mean maybe it will stop working shortly?
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe it's because I've been active more, getting more painting done. Does it fall asleep if I haven't moved my hand under it for a while?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know how things work.
No, because I've seen your hand freeze on it, so that couldn't be.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It totally has before.
But yeah, dinosaurs evolving into birds. I love that.
It's true.
I love that. What was it? Probably about, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago when people said that the closest living relative to a T-Rex was a chicken.
It's not the closest living relative to a T-Rex, but if one were to look at the DNA of a chicken, you can kind of retro-engineer it to the point it starts to becoming very dinosaur-like. They've been able to, with the chicken embryo, bring it back so that the tail grows out. A vertebrae will continue in the tail, and it will, in the egg, have tiny little teeth start to show up. But they never let it get to a viable fetus. And if you think that's not nice, then stop eating eggs.
You should see how my parrot lunges at my husband. She looks like a raptor. Oh,
I love
a mean
everybody
birdie.
Except one person in the house.
You know, Jasmine, though, I swear that you and I have all our animals love us both.
Well, both of us, yeah.
And I rarely have animals that will. Sometimes when I meet an animal, they'll kind of hate me because they're that type. Like a a woman, they say that about Chihuahuas too. It's like, oh, this Chihuahua only likes me.
Pomeranians are like that.
Or they say that sort of thing.
Little cute dogs.
And I'll say, oh, really? And then I like put it to the test. And I think it's because I show no fear and I really want to love on them. They will love on me. Eventually they do.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I wonder if the parrot could love us both.
Maybe if I'm not getting a parrot, that's way too much.
Well, see, it already loves me more. You never wanted it.
No,
I'll tell the parrot that.
I just know that they live a very long time and they get lonely if you're gone a lot. And I'm on the road an awful lot of the time. I would feel I'd have to hire somebody to like take care of it when I wasn't there. Then they live to be like 70. I can't even, I mean, I don't even have a dog.
All the tuition.
Yeah.
The weddings.
Dowry if it's gonna get married. I know.
I don't know. The therapy
from having me for a mom.
OG Wild Guest says parrots have built-in high heels with their reverse toe.
They do. They've got the little fancy toe.
That's so cute. Little reverse. I'll kiss that reverse toe. El Hurt says, what dinosaurs has Jasmine painted?
I've painted quite a few dinosaurs. I'm trying to think. The most recent
Dinosaur Friends.
No. I was trying to think most recently. I painted a Rhamphorhynchus that is in the painting Isle of the Dead. There's also a plesiosaur in it. Dinosaur Friends 3 has a Spinosaurus and an Allosaurus. Dinosaur Friends Requiem has several dinosaurs in it. The first Dinosaur Friends has a little Triceratops. Microcosm Triceratops. I love that one. That's a good one. It's funny because it's not actually a Triceratops. It's one of his buddies, but it's close enough to a Triceratops. I'm like, I'm just gonna call it a Triceratops. Otherwise, nobody's getting this painting's name right.
Nasty Raptor Friend.
Pardon?
You got raptors and.
Oh yeah. I've painted quite a few dinosaurs. I'd like to paint more.
Then you even threw in a prehistoric saber-toothed cat.
Oh yeah, I got, and then there's the resurrection ones, but resurrection velociraptor, of course. Resurrection Triceratops.
So Dr. Simba says, as the owner of a Ram TRX, is there a painting with a T-Rex?
A T-Rex. I don't have a T-Rex specifically.
I think Dinosaur Friends, is he not? He's
more of an Allosaurus.
Oh, okay. The Allosaurus is the Maryland State.
Friends with a T-Rex.
Allosaurus is the Maryland State dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
What's our state dinosaur?
We don't have a state dinosaur in Florida because we don't actually dinosaurs actually haven't really lived here in Florida. We have a state fossil, I believe. I don't know what it is in Florida. In Missouri, the state fossil is the crinoid, which makes sense because you find those everywhere there. I'm not sure what the one is for Florida. I think it's just a fossil though, and it is not a dinosaur.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Well, it's Florida. I mean, we have a bunch of sand. I mean, we have a lot of fossilized coral.
We just have the elderly.
I think we do have I think our state fossil is just fossilized coral, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the Isle of the Dead has a few. Yeah. You got some plesiosaur there and some pterodactyls, guys.
You can tell they're Rhamphorhynchus because if you look at their tail, they have a spade at the end.
Florida state dinosaur is the alligator.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Crocodilians, they're a thing.
It's true.
They're not dinosaurs, but yeah, close enough. OG Wild Guest said, did you know there's a Kung Fury 2 in the works?
I did not know
that.
Good. I hope Triceratops makes a triumphant return.
I hope he just is mentioned a couple times and you see him once.
Yes, I hope you see him once and he's not mentioned.
At the end and he's laughing.
Oh, Triceratops.
Jasmine loves Triceratops. That's how I got her to watch it. She's like, I was like, there's this hilarious movie called Kung Fury, and she's like, what? And I said, well, there's Triceratops in it, and she's like, Triceratops. Like, yep.
It's like a cop who's also Triceratops and has no backstory. That sounds wonderful.
I think I made it my birthday thing though, right?
Yes.
Okay,
well, we watched it on Thanksgiving, didn't we? But it was when Thanksgiving was a day next to your birthday.
Yeah, sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
So that's a thing is if it's my birthday or the day we celebrate my birthday, because sometimes it's falls on a weird day or vice versa with Jasmine.
Yeah.
We kind of get to watch whatever we want. and make other people watch it. So
yeah,
I'm not too evil about it.
No,
but I do kind of.
But you might pick
lean toward martial arts or things that I think Jasmine may appreciate that she normally wouldn't watch.
Wouldn't agree to.
And you did enjoy Kung Fury quite a bit.
I did. Especially Triceratops.
And an excellent song.
Good song by Mr. David Hasselhoff. Recorded specially for Kung Fury.
Yes.
Yep.
And it is a beautifully campy, horrible song.
It is highly overproduced. Yeah.
Kung Fury is good stuff. That's been out for a while. Was that got to be 10 years old?
Probably.
If not older.
About time for a sequel.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to get the same people.
I don't know.
And it's this horrible pastiche of computer graphics that are just forced together. I love it.
I bet the production values. I don't know. I wonder if they'll make it.
This is looking beautiful, Jasmine. This piece. This is going to go on eBay, huh?
Yeah, I'll put this one on eBay when I'm done with it. I'll just put it for a penny at that link that you saw. Again, on eBay, my user ID, as it has been since 1998, is Strangeling. So if you see things that is sold by a user named Strangeling, that's really me. It's coming out of my living room. Stuff I paint here. Kind of the opposite of doing the big gallery.
And I'll put that link again in the room for the original. And you want to see this one. Jasmine, can we show what's on currently on eBay now?
Yeah. Do I have the picture in here? Or is it? I might have put in the
I'll look for it.
The drawer that says small original.
And it's currently at $405.95. That's a pretty. That's a good price.
That is a good price.
Let's see. It's probably this one.
I think it's in the drawer where I put small format. Second drawer. Okay. I'll need to varnish her still. There we go. There's someone that's currently up.
It rocks.
Yeah, it's a nice one. I put a lot of little detail in the little paintings.
Good colors too.
Yeah. And I haven't put the hanger on the back yet, but Matt will put a little sawtooth hanger on here, so it's something that can be hung up on the wall, or you can set on a little easel, set on a shelf. And little 3x3 piece of wood. Got one here. Yeah. A nice way to have an original painting. Yeah, I give her one eye that is just like a black hole, and one eye that is a regular eye. I know, me too. I liked American Gods. I wish there was gonna be another series of it. I know they say they're gonna make a movie or something, but I'm tired of every show I liked saying, "Oh, we're gonna finish up with a movie."
Yeah. Did anyone else finish up American Gods in the room?
I like that a lot.
I thought it's very well done.
I like Laura a lot in it. That actress is great.
Yeah, I think my least, I don't know if it's my least favorite character, but I don't really care too much for the main character.
Who's the main character? Shadow Moon?
Shadow Moon. He's okay.
He's just the generic dude who's in it. I mean, it's really kind of an excuse.
Wednesday's incredible.
Mr. Wednesday's wonderful, yeah.
Technical Boy's fantastic.
Technical Boy.
He grows on you. I really like that character a lot.
Yeah.
I could just watch shows of him.
Spin-off.
Yeah. All the leprechauns are amazing.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show. They did a really good job. Good production.
It was. It makes me happy to see something that I really liked the books and everything, and I'm glad that it got a chance to be a show.
Yeah, Ian McShane's brilliant.
Ian McShane's great.
But yeah, I think Wednesday's my favorite character.
Crispin Glover is good in that. I like the actress who plays Bilquis a lot.
Oh yeah, she's great. I just stay away from her.
Like
Mr. World's fantastic.
Anansi's great. Yeah.
Yeah, Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover / Miss World.
What's that?
/ Miss World, I said.
Is now when that happens, is it Miss World then?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if.
Well, I don't know. I decided
that.
There's probably it's not canon. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, lots of. I like the Jinn.
Mm-hmm.
I like I can't remember his name right now, but the Jinn's friend.
Yeah.
He's great. But it's one of those shows, if you haven't seen it, where it has a ton of characters.
It does.
Yeah, so if you like similar to Game of Thrones, that it has a bunch of people on different missions.
Got a wide tapestry of characters whose narratives are all kind of interwoven together.
But not as massively epic as Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is
although it is gods as opposed to people.
Yeah, but the gods are
very human gods.
Very human gods, yeah. It's
with
like
all our foibles.
Yeah, you don't know where it's going and where. So with how powerful is a god? I don't know. I really don't understand it. It might be how many followers they currently have.
It seems to be in their world. They are the more people that are thinking about them / worshiping them, the more power they have. Which is how things sort of work.
Another gaming series that I liked was Good Omens.
Good Omens, yes.
That's a more cute show.
As the book, yeah.
Yeah, I just adored it. Fantastic dialogue.
Very
brilliant. Very funny. Very funny.
They did a very good job with that.
Yeah, it's darn near a comedy.
Stuff lately, yeah.
Yeah. So great, good stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
He is wonderful. Neil Gaiman's he's one of the guys of our time.
Yeah.
And we're lucky to know about him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not dead.
Yes. Thank you for being alive, Neil Gaiman.
Penny Dreadful is my favorite.
I haven't seen Penny Dreadful.
I haven't either. But I'm trying to think. I think I've pretty much finished all my series that I've watched. Jasmine and I just finished American Gods and another show called Crashing.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant.
The Pete Holmes one, not the one about all the roommates.
I don't know what that is.
Originally, people kept telling me about Crashing. I was trying to watch it. It's like, it's like a British show where everybody needs houses and
no,
that's not that, because that was a series called Crashing that was out at the same year, which is confusing if you try to look at it. But no, it's the one about the comedians, and Pete Holmes is the guy in it. Artie Lang and everybody. Yeah,
it follows a comedian on his way to try to he's doing open mics and he's just trying to get better and better. It takes place in New York. Very good.
Judd Apatow production.
Yeah, very good. Who is the guy in Mirror Mask? The actor? Or Neil Gaiman did Mirror Mask.
Neil Gaiman? Yeah,
that's his
Stardust,
story.
Man, one of my favorite things Neil Gaiman did as far as movies and things go would definitely be Stardust. I love that movie. That's very well done.
It's been a while since I saw Mirror Mask.
I remember, how we were talking about when something seems like it was so up your alley, but for some reason you never heard about it until after it was out.
Yeah.
Mirror Mask, I didn't know was out. Stardust, I didn't know was out until after they were already like on DVD and stuff. And I was like, if I didn't know this was coming out, this must not have been marketed well, because these are writers I like. These are things I would totally pay money to see in a theater. Why haven't I seen an advert for it?
Neil Gaiman's a writer, Glenda. He's not in the movies.
No, he doesn't even really do like the Stephen King thing.
Yeah, he writes those.
No, he's a writer. He writes books and graphic novels, and from those is where they make the things like American Gods and Stardust.
Watching the Z Nation series, it's so bad I can't stop watching it.
I haven't seen
That's
that.
what Don said.
Is that zombies?
Our friend Don Sims.
Oh.
Hey, thanks again, Don, for coming to visit us.
Oh, yes.
It was really nice. I wish we could have chatted for longer.
I know. I always feel bad when it's when I haven't seen before. I don't see often, and I'm like, they're standing.
Yeah, Glenda. Neil Gaiman wrote that we're talking about in the room. He wrote American Gods, Good Omens, Mirror Mask, and Stardust.
You know, they made I think they made a BBC series of Neverwhere. I never saw that.
Oh, okay.
But
Neverwhere
thing with Sandman.
I don't know, but I remember when Neverwhere came out, it was like
the limited series.
Quintessential like urban fantasy.
Yeah, I like Neverwhere. That's great.
That's like the thing. Gaiman
and
guest stars on The Big Bang. I could see that.
Was one of the only graphic novel series or comic series really I got into as a teenager. Those are great. I'd love to see that well produced, kind of like how they did American Gods. I bet that'd be popular. There probably already is one on BBC, and I just haven't seen it.
Glenda says I've been watching X-Files again.
Hey, that's got some good stuff in it. I love Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, Glenda. If you don't have time to read, I recommend any of his books that he reads aloud, because he has one of the best voices ever.
Oh yeah, the audiobooks. He reads his own audiobooks a lot.
If you like Tim Curry's voice,
the Graveyard book
similar
is really
to that.
good, and he reads that.
He sounds like Tim Curry, doesn't he?
What's that, love?
He's not unlike Tim Curry.
Oh yeah, he's got kind of that resonant,
he's got that great voice,
a resonant sort of deeper voice, and he has he characterizes things very well. And of course, they're characters he came up with, so it's like, it kind of adds an additional layer of interest to it when it's the writer reading it out loud.
And he's married to Amanda Palmer. Jasmine painted her. Good. Yes, Phoebe.
Friends of the show.
Did I already enter a chance to win? I probably.
Let's see. Did you type exclamation point raffle? Then you probably entered.
Well, just type exclamation raffle again if you're not sure.
Yeah, it won't enter you twice. Otherwise, it'd be a really easy way to manipulate the system. Wow, I am loving how this painting is turning out. This is actually, it's funny because it was based off the same sketch that I later turned into Dice Dragonling Princess, but I think this is actually a better painting already, even though it's just a little study. Of course, this is 3 years after I started the sketch, and I'm a better painter now probably than I was back then. Continuity error. There's been a few pieces that are like that. Come back to it after a couple years and I'm like, wow, I'm way better at this now. I'm going to do it like this instead. Thanks for a better product. How far are we from the raffle, babe?
We are... It's 5:44.
Okay. So not too far on.
Yeah, Glenda, I don't see your name, so you may want to make sure that you join the room.
Follow the channel?
Hit the little heart button.
Yeah, hit the little heart, because I think it will only enter you in the raffle if you've joined.
Oh, no, there you are. Never mind.
Okay.
I see ya. I've got 2 Glendas in there.
How many Glendas can we have?
2.
2 Glendas.
And I only know 1 in real life. Like, not one of these, but like...
Oh, is it your mom's
besides... Yeah, it's... Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, she's a fan.
Heard about the gas pipeline issue? I don't know. No?
Uh-oh. Where?
I'm not sure.
Is it was there an accident?
Did something happen?
Or is it about
a lot of people stacking up
land?
Running low on gas here.
Oh.
No, I didn't hear that.
Like petroleum? Well, I hear pipeline issues. I think of like up north where on the Native American reservations where they were trying to drill on tribal land. Signing petitions.
Nice one. The good witch ones. Well, I think that's Glenda, not Glenda.
Ah, that is Glenda.
Good try, Glenda.
Glenda's a pretty name.
There was a cyber attack against an oil company, caused the pipeline to shut down.
Hey!
Wow.
I might not supposed to like that.
Guess I have to walk from now on.
Signs. I don't drive. I just make people drive me around. No. Huh.
Wow, that's impressive.
That is impressive.
I don't know what to think about that.
I like anything where
you're an artist.
Can
you're allowed
upset
to like
the whole balance of the world. Yeah, that's not right though. I should not be that way.
What oil company was it?
One of the evil ones.
Which oil company was it?
One of the evil ones.
Which company? Which oil company was it?
Okay. I like the one with Gertie the dinosaur, but I don't.
No,
Dinoco.
You said one of the evil ones, and then I said
they're all evil.
Yeah. So which oil company? Yeah.
Dinosaur soup. No.
The one with the mustache.
Ew.
That's coming from Shaylee.
No, that's how you know it's the evil one, like in Star Trek, how you get a little mustache and goatee.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Shaylee's still working on her Type 5.
Yes.
How's that coming? How's your Type 5 coming, Shaylee?
We're gonna hit you up for it when we're in the UK.
Jasmine gets it.
We'll get
it's actually
Shaylee.
A goatee.
I know.
Goatee.
It's a goatee includes a mustache, though, in that
A goatee.
situation. A Van Dyke.
The cyber attack came from out of the country. Russia is currently suspected as the culprit, but the investigation is still going on.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
Well,
have not heard
colonial
about that. Hey.
colonial pipeline. I don't know what that means.
It goes down Colonial downtown.
A goatee, Monkas.
Yeah.
Did you just call me Monkas?
That's your new name, Maddie.
I will go by Monkas only when you call me Monkas, Shaylee.
Hey, I had an Uncle Monk.
Are you calling me a goat, sir? No, I'm calling you a goatee. A goatee. Oh, maresy dotes and dozy dotes and little lambsy divey. A kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? Woo! A kiddly divey too, wouldn't you?
Oh, the childhood songs of the Great Depression.
Like the Texas freeze over that occurred, it's causing some supply and demand issues for supplying gas and oil to different parts of the nations.
So are they going to use it as an excuse to jack up gas prices?
Probably.
I'm guessing.
Hackers like the movie. Yeah, I'm sure Angelina Jolie's involved with her little keyboard. I think I'm a better hacker than those guys.
I think I am accidentally a good hacker sometimes. I'm an ethical hacker.
That was beautiful. What a rendition.
A duet.
The pipeline carries 2.5 million barrels a day.
Wow.
45% of the East Coast supply of diesel, petrol, and jet fuel.
Oh, that's where I start to get involved is jet fuel. Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully it won't make airline prices.
Y'all are like really informative. Well, it sounds like they're looking it up. I appreciate it because
That's how I find out most of my news is random people coming through my chat room.
Got 10 minutes to raffle, guys.
2 minutes?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, gosh, I am just about done with the underpaid.
Rick's accident said not a joking matter, not a good
it doesn't
sign.
Sound like it. No.
Jeez. Well, see, this is the first I've heard about it. I don't know how to react. I tend to joke when I hear things.
No, well, when I hear pipeline, I think about like when I was a kid and
3 days
in Iraq, how people would blow up the pipelines, and then that would always cause horrible environmental fire damage and stuff too, and hurt the people involved. And no, anytime there's that type of stuff that people rely on as a resource, as well as is very flammable and can hurt people, there scary things can happen.
People in Atlanta are freaking out, and certain places are running out of gas. Jeez. Yeah, I had no idea.
Oh man.
And it seemed normal around here, but what do I know?
Well, it might be very recent.
Well, someone said it's been 3 days.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know.
We haven't bought gas. Well, I don't know. I don't drive. I just walk. And I roller skate.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to roller skate even better.
Yeah. You just want to watch.
Well, yeah, I honestly don't know all the ins and outs of it. I think I'm
surprised I didn't see it on NPR this morning.
It's been crowded at gas stations here.
Yeah, some of that's hard for us to tell because we live here in a very tourist area, so there's always a lot of people here for Disney World, obviously, and the prices are always expensive on gas the closer you are to Disney World.
Well, gee, I'll let you know, Jasmine, if I see any bizarre activity.
Yeah. I hate it when there's a perceived gas shortage and everybody freaks out and buys more gas than they need. So there is a gas shortage either way because everybody bought. It's like how people were with toilet paper this time last year.
It's true.
Or how people are here during hurricanes. If there's, like, we know it's going to be hurricane season starting about a month, but everybody forgets every year, and then, let's buy all the bottled water.
Was up over $3 a gallon. Oh, that's...
Well, if you're in California, you were used to $4 or $5 a gallon. Florida is usually about $3. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get used to that.
I don't know how much I have in my tank, but I'll probably be good for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't have anywhere to go.
Yay. Now, let's lighten the mood. Here, there's Rio.
Oh, Rio?
Yeah,
you got Rio? Oh, get Rio.
I don't think I can. I'll get a kitty. That'll make things happy.
Get some kitty.
My friend got $20 to fill up, and the gauge was at 7.666. That's ominous.
That is ominous.
Where's Sunshine?
Just shout it out.
Sunshine.
Gamera, where's Sunshine?
I know you know where she is.
Yeah, I'm guessing our cats at any given time probably know where the other 3 cats are. No, actually, I take that back. Gamera doesn't know what the hell's going on at any given time. Every time she sees the other cats, I think she forgot that she isn't the only one here. Basically. If you got Rio, I'd be impressed. I can always get Rio. When we need to put her, like if we're traveling to our other house or we're going to the vet, I usually have to go catch Rio.
Rio's in the bookshelf again.
Oh, is she in the lower cubicle? Oh. Rio likes to find little hidey holes, like if it's shelves with cubicles or small boxes, she'll be in there with a little owl face popping out.
I see Sunshine.
Is she on top of the refrigerator?
Maybe.
Mm. Sometimes I don't know and she'll be there like by where my feet are.
She's hiding.
Is she hiding on purpose?
I don't know. She couldn't have gotten out.
No.
I'll find her later.
Okay.
I'll give you Gamera again.
Yeah. It's a double header with Gamera today. Poor Gammy. Yeah. She's probably asleep. She's probably behind the curtain somewhere asleep because she knows we don't usually see her.
That's how I find Rio. Unless they're in the bookshelf together. That'd be pretty
funny.
funny.
Oh, that would be. Like how the baby raccoons are. Where's my baby?
Get to see horrible Gamera instead.
Oh, come here, Gamera. Here we are. Here you are, aren't you? Aren't you a clever-looking kitty? You're a clever kitty.
Oh, Angela loves Gammy.
Oh, he's a Gammy.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ha.
Ain't no sunshine.
Literally.
It's true. Yes, that's one of the... so many songs about sunshine. Or they have the word sunshine in them. Not as many songs about Gamera.
Gamera.
There aren't many songs about Gamera. There's a song about Godzilla.
There's a song about Gamera is pretty neat.
Gamera is pretty neat. She is filled with
turtle meat.
Yeah, we all love you, Gamera. But that's Mystery Science Theater.
That's a song still.
Well, to be fair, they are singing that because there is a sort of triumphant marching band song that the children are singing in the Japanese movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Mothra gets good songs. Yeah. We can see I've worked on the little dice a bit more. You can see it's an 8-sided dice a little bit better. I will check on one of my actual dice when I get the bag out to make sure I put the numbers in the right place. But I think that's an 8, and I think a 3 is there. And I'm trying to make it look like there's a 4 there, because I think there's a 4 there, but now I think maybe it's a 1. But I can't remember.
Do you want me to look later?
I'll look. I've got a little bag of the little dice that I always use. Because I have a lot of paintings with the different Dungeons & Dragons gaming dice. There's 8-sided dice fairy, 12-sided dice fairy, 20-sided dice fairy, dice dragonlings, dice dragonling princess.
Oh, Jasmine, I was wearing a Larry Elmore t-shirt the other day.
Oh, Which one?
Is
it the red one?
It's the red one.
Yeah.
And it has, I forget what the name of the piece is, but someone said, oh, they're at 7-Eleven. And they said, oh, I loved that cartoon when I was a kid.
Cartoon.
And I was
does it say Dungeons and Dragons?
It says Dungeons. I was like, well, I said, yeah, okay.
It's more than a cartoon.
I said, this is referring to the game. He was like, oh, but nothing's like the cartoon. I'm like,
dude,
not the cartoon from the 80s?
The game Dungeons and Dragons is probably the most different from the cartoon Dungeons and Dragons as any two things with the same name could be. The
people in the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, it's like they are a class and they have one magic weapon, and they never advance at all.
Yeah, it's like
it's kind of weird. I mean, I enjoyed the cartoon, but it's not quite like playing Dungeons and Dragons.
It can't take over your life and build friendships. And
so I told him that he may want to play it sometime.
He should. You like that cartoon? Wait till you see this. Has he seen Game of Thrones? He'd probably like that. Is he from the past? No.
He apparently.
Okay.
But yeah, the cartoon's not the same as. Yeah.
I haven't really seen much of the cartoon. I know
I've seen them all.
The live action.
It probably only has one
season. The
season.
live action movies of it.
I watched part of it and I bowed out.
Yeah, I didn't sit through any of them.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is good. Game of Thrones is one of those things I'd love to forget and watch again.
Yeah, like if you could pay $100 and say, "Brain, forget Game of Thrones," and you could watch it.
Yeah,
all over again. Yeah, I'd totally do that. I love Game of Thrones. I love the books.
I'm looking forward to whatever they're doing next.
Yeah, whatever they're filming over by Karen's house.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it though. I like that world is pretty rough. It's not a happy world, but it's good drama. It's really good. It's
great drama. It's great characters. I like the world they live in.
I don't like it.
I like the world we live in. We got a lot of problems here too.
Obviously, I don't. I watch Game of Thrones to get away from it.
Yeah.
The Nevers in HBO is good too.
I haven't seen that.
I actually guessed the ending to Game of Thrones.
I did too.
I saw several people that said something like that, so I don't think you were alone. I actually
called it fairly far back into it, and I felt proud at my thought.
What I don't care about.
I knew it 10 years.
Okay, you know how there's Shadow Moon?
What's that?
There's Shadow Moon, and there's
in
Jon Snow. Jon Snow to me is boring.
He is boring.
He's boring, and I don't wish him well.
He's boring, and your story's boring.
Yes, I'm just
John.
Whatever, Jon Snow.
No, Jon Snow is all right, but he's a character who doesn't really change through the whole story the way that others do. His arc is just kind of straight
Let's
up.
pick this.
Yeah.
Let's pick
Tink. Prize. Somebody's gonna get hard to find Tinkerbell.
Jay Weavis.
You've won a Tinkerbell.
Jay Weavis.
You have won a very rare Tinkerbell, and I will autograph her. Next to where she's already got my name carved on her bum. So I'll probably sign on the underside of her skirt. Because she's got clear... Often I would sign on the wings, but these are like clear acrylic, or resin sparkly wings. And I think if I signed it, you'd be able to see through it. That'd be kind of weird. So I'll sign her on the backside.
Yay, Jay Weavis. Be sure to look at the room, Jay Weavis.
Yes, be sure to look at the room and then contact Matt. Let us know your address, where to send your Tinkerbell to. As always, we send you the prize. You never have to pay anything. You never have to pay shipping. We do all that. We do it as a present for you for watching. We always appreciate it. Of course, if you ever want to show your appreciation, join me up in Patreon. We always can use an extra $1. So. Especially with these gas prices going up, apparently, that I just heard about.
Yeah, and I hope that it all works out
to
everyone's whatever. Yeah. Kind of sounds like a bummer.
It does.
All right.
There ain't more of that coming.
We will chat with you guys next week and during the week via the internet, but not like this.
I'll finish up this pretty thing and put her up on eBay. So check up Strangeling on eBay over the next few days. The other painting will be ending, and then this one will be popping up.
All right, I love it. It's still so daylight out.
Makes me happy. It's that time of year where
I got stuff to do.
It's not dark out yet. Yeah.
All right, lovelies. We'll catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Adios.